Hi, good morning. Let's see, I got this ready. So I've been busy. Basically the channel has commands now. Also a Discord. I know I said I was gonna wait, but I figure there's no harm in having it, so yeah. It exists. Doesn't have a lot of members yet, but hey, I got 2 mods. I think that's a really good start. Okay, so we're gonna hop right into it. We're gonna have a chill, comfy afternoon with the poetry stuff. Did it fade? That looked like a very jarring transition. Okay. So this is my collection for this week. For context, this is what I read last time, and this is all the stuff I've saved. I might have gone a little bit hard with the reading other people's poetry, but like they do be making some bangers. Like what else can I do? Okay. I love this page because the poems are incredibly short, which, as some of y'all know, I admire the fuck out of. Um, but on top of that, like the aesthetics, I'm here for the aesthetics. Oh, hang on, I gotta grab my notebook. Just 1 second. Okay, I have my backpack. Hopefully it's in here. It is in here. Ha 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 ha. I was gonna do some writing later, and like I have some draft stuff in my notebook. It's fucking chaos. I should send you a picture of the latest poem that I wrote because it's just scratched and scribbled all over. Okay, so I'm gonna try to tune into the British crumpets, tea, Queen Elizabeth. Okay. This year, I learned that grief and gratitude can coexist by tiny feelings. And it's the same poem, but the aesthetics change. And honestly, this is beautiful. Collage is an art form that I've always been confused by. In general, the visual arts are something I admire a lot. And I wish I could do this type of thing. But yeah, I'm more a graphic design person, not so much a collage and drawing type of person. Oh, wait, hang on, it did change. I lied! This year, I learned that kindness and boundaries can coexist. This year, I learned that growth and loss can coexist. This year, I learned that dwelling and moving on can coexist. This year, I learned that healing and hurting can coexist. This year, I learned that light and dark can coexist. Okay, I think I might have seen an earlier post where it didn't change. Or maybe it has been changing this entire time and I've just now realized that. Either way, cool. There was more poem in the poem. Okay. This one is again another Instagram page that shares like other people's poems. So, this one is by Garden Full of Slugs. And just like last time, I will be extra and I will repost this video to YouTube and put all of the poets' handles in the description. So if you vibed with anyone particularly, you will have a link. In my dreams, you lay your sorrow on the table, and I make you tea, and the air between us is soft, and we have time. I carry all of my past selves with me. I protect them. I talk to them. I think I'm starting to forgive them. I'm trying to be a good person. I'm trying to leave things better than I find them. Feels so good to be alive with you. The sky is orange. The window is open. I'm ready to be happy I'm changing for the better. It's shedding season. You can fall apart. You can cut everything off and become something new. I'll love you either way. The music got so epic with that. One second, I do need to hydrate a little bit more. I went a little bit hard on my stream last night, and I probably should have hydrated a little bit more. I do weird things with my voice when I stream. I think I do like a lot of, like, I get excited, which is why I was excited to do this stream today, because this is a lot more chill, and I don't get as high-pitched or do as many silly voices. But if you want silly voices, you should definitely tune in for a gaming stream. Still young, still peeling back the sunburn. I'm made up of layers of flesh and layers of love, always unraveling, bit by bit. Give me one more chance to sink into the flower bed, to think about my grandma's house, to remember springtime before I could feel the time moving away. I hope death tastes like biting into a cherry right before spitting out the pit. I hope it feels like peeling a sunburn. I hope it sounds like tossing a coin into a fountain. And if there's a God, I hope it picked you flowers. So this goes on for a while. They're nice poems. Again, something that I really admire, like very short, very pretty. I love the artwork. I'm honestly a little bit jealous of poets that have the capacity to like string together really pretty words and then also have this type of art style. Plus this reminds me of something I used to love a lot as a child, which was Madeline. I don't remember if it was a book or a magazine. I remember having a movie and then a video game about it. But yeah, it was just really pretty and had this type of art style. Like the kind of effortless drawing. Like it gets the message across, but like none of the lines are straight. And as a control freak, I admire this. But yeah, again, there's so many poems. But yeah, The Garden, Full of Slugs. Just absolute bangers. I love this theme of like hopefulness. But there's one poem that really, really got to me a lot, which was the second one. The one of, I carry all of my past selves with me. I protect them, I talk to them, I think I'm starting to forgive them. This is the one that really resonated with me. Because it takes a second. Like, okay, what I usually think about myself, I think a lot of people do this, really. You're like, oh my god, what a dumb bitch. Like, how did you do that? Or like, that was so embarrassing. And I've been saying for years, like, this mantra of, like, you know, I did the best that I could with the tools and resources available to me at the time. But I didn't really start internalizing that until, like, this year. So it just makes me feel good to see other people kind of going through the same thing, you know? Okay. Now, this is another one where I'm gonna have to translate. But I will read it in Spanish first. So this is by Absurda Melancolía. Absurd Melancholy. ¿Cómo me perdono por no convertirme en la persona que quería ser? And this kind of goes hand in hand with the poem I was just talking about, you know, just like 2 seconds ago. How do I forgive myself for not becoming the person I wanted to be? So how do I forgive myself for not becoming the person I wanted to be? And like this hits, bro, because like, okay, I really relate to the whole like wanting to be, you know, something, how to express it, like something shiny, something bright, and then what you want changing, but still being connected to that desire, you know? And then there's this question of like, was it really what I wanted that changed? Was it really me? Or was it more, the suffering and stuff. Like, would I be a different person if I hadn't gone through that type of pain? And it's just, it's complicated. But again, same type of vibe. Like, it's nice to see somebody else that experiences that. And the artwork is just fantastic. I mean, look at those colors. Like, like the paint splotches that just create these really well-defined shapes, and like the depth. Yeah. It's like all smushy, but it's so defined. I love it. It's one of my favorite like visual poetry pages. Okay, so this one is by Jessica Jocelyn. The page is Letters to Anna. Honestly, I think that this one is another page that like shares poetry from different people, but I'm not 100% sure. So yeah. Maybe in another time, in another universe, there is a little girl with long dark hair, and she is loved right by the people who were supposed to love her. She lies in fields of flowers, and butterflies dance on her cheeks, and the burn from the sun is the most painful thing she ever feels. So like in these last poems, there's a lot of this reflection on the past. We've mentioned like sunburns a bunch of times, and like I've noticed this thematically in a lot of the poems that I've been consuming recently. And I don't know if this is like something in the poetry world at large or just the echo chamber of what I've been consuming and what I'm drawn to, but there's a lot of sun and moon symbolism, but it changes from person to person, and I've noticed that in my own poems. Like something I'm talking about the sun, like in my poem Sunshine, and it's like the light, like the radiance, like the nourishment that my mom gives me. And then other times it's like the scorching sun of someone else's bullshit literally burning me, like an Icarus type of thing. So yeah, it's just interesting to see how certain metaphors can be used in a lot of different ways. And like I've said this before, I am so fucking new to poetry. Like I started writing in November with zero context, having consumed like barely anything. I just started stringing words together. So yeah, you're currently seeing me go through the process of, learning about poetry. And I am avoiding the classics, like I'm avoiding the Shakespeares and the Dostoevskys of the world, and just, yeah. I'm consuming indie poetry. Okay, so this one is another one by Tiny Feelings. Grief reminds me that nothing really matters, except for a few things that matter a lot. This one, I feel this a lot with people. Because, like, any relationship fizzling out can feel intense, and there's, loss and grief with that. But I've gotten to the point where, like, I've lost enough people that I've become a bit more discerning with, like, who's probably gonna stay in my life for a longer period of time. And it's made me really value those people to the point where if I have the love and support of just one or two amazing human beings, then the rest, it kind of flows easier. It doesn't mean that I don't have feelings for anybody else. It doesn't work that way. But yeah, it's like I know everything's gonna be okay because I got like the homies in the corner, Okay, so this is probably where I got that idea, because this is the same poem, but the aesthetics. I see this picture, like not that literally this picture, but like pictures like this everywhere, like the coffee and the book. It just screams Pinterest, bro. What happened to the music? There we go. Okay. On to the next. This one is by Vex King. I think I read one of his poems in the last stream. Nobody has it all figured out. Not the people you look up to, admire, or think have it all together. Even the experts are experimenting. The leaders are learning. And the successful are still stumbling. Join the beautiful mess of trying. Vex King. I had this like really cool conversation with someone on a ship like years ago, and it really left like this philosophy deeply implanted in my brain that you have like, okay, so I used to be like a very logical, analytical person. I was literally like an IT nerd. So he put it into statistics for me, or like probability. He's like, okay, say you don't do anything, like you just stay still, like you don't even try it. Your chances of succeeding are 0%. Just nothing can change if you don't move. So it's like, okay, fine, that's true. Yeah, absolutely. But if you try, I'm like, well, I could fail. Yeah, but you could also not. There's always going to be at least a 0.0001% that you could actually succeed. And like, it might be fuck all, but it's better than zero. And I'm just like, oh shit, that's actually smart. And I can't refute that logic. God damn it, Addy. So yeah, whenever I struggle to do anything, I usually put it in those types of terms for myself. Like just irrefutable logic. Or I just gaslight and manipulate myself. That works too. Okay, this one is by Iris Rose Poetry from a book coming out called Fragile Feelings. I don't know how I'm gonna do this because I live in Argentina, but I really want to get indie poetry books, like the people that I'm reading the poems from. Like, I would really love to get their books, and I don't know how I'm going to do that, but it is a desire that I will satisfy someday. Help was such a foreign concept to me. I used to apologize for bleeding on the bandages they wrapped around my wounds. Fucking banger, bro. There's this poet that I follow on Twitch. If I can remember her username, 2/3 Lotus. Two, like, written like a number, and then the rest like words. 2/3 Lotus. Wait, hang on. Can I shout out someone that's not in the chat? I cannot. Okay, cool. So basically, she was saying that, like, okay, so when you have a story, like, just like Arcane, like this, let's take Arcane. Arcane is an emotional experience. Like, there are feelings, like, it makes you feel feelings, there's feelings, but it's kind of spread out over this long period of time as the story is developing. Like, this happens a lot in books. Like, there's build up and then a crescendo, climax. But poetry, that's kind of distilled down. So where a book would be like a beer, wine, poetry is emotional vodka. And I love that. I love it when people make concepts like that literal. I think that's literally what got me into poetry. It's like, yeah, this feels like vodka. And this is why I like short poems, pretty much. But fuck if I keep writing longer poems, bro. Goddamn. Okay, this is another one by Iris Rose. There is an empty pit swirling in my stomach when I'm sat around the dinner table with the people who've known me forever. The truth is, they've never really known me at all. They never cared to ask or to really listen. We're all strangers, politely pretending we know how to be a family to one another. Yeah, this one hits, homie. Just thinking about all the awkward dinners, like, yeah. Yeah. It sounds like Okay, so the verses are just things that I can hear just being said in a regular conversation, but the way that they're layered together, like the sequence, it just makes them hit so hard. And I really appreciate that because again, I've not been consuming poetry for very long, so when there's like really flowery language or like okay, I looked up Tolkien's poetry the other day and like looks cool. Don't understand a goddamn thing. I don't know what he's getting at. I have to Google words constantly and it just yeah. Yeah. Why does this keep pausing, homie? Why? Stop it. Oh, Spotify playback paused while transmitting audio. Wait. It's my Discord that's doing it. Okay, I'll figure that out later if I remember. For now, I'll just remove it and hope that it works. And another one by Iris. I was on an Iris Rose kick at this point of the night. I swing between empathy and anger. Empathy, because I know they're in pain. Anger, because I'm in pain too. But I never use it as an excuse to hurt others. Yeah, this one hits, bro. Because, like, yeah, I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh, I've never hurt anybody, but it's not intentional, you know? It's like shrapnel. Not a sniper gun. not a sniper shot bullet. I don't know how to say that, but you know what I'm getting at. It's not targeted. So this is another one by Tiny Feelings. Don't wait to tell people you love them. Give them their flowers now. I love this one, bro. I love reading poems like this and just feeling how they're like slowly changing my behavior, just bit by bit, just a little popcorn kernel at a time. I love this. Okay, so this is by MK Poet. I believe this is a mutual of mine. There is an art to self-destruction. I have mastered it. And I'm sure there's some significance to this, but I do not get it. I'll be completely honest about that. Oh, wait, there's another slide in the second poem. My reflection looks like a stranger that I wish I didn't know. I carry a heaviness that droops like a willow tree in my stomach. In a school overflowing with never-full girls who chew on fingernails and bittersweet lemons, it's easy to fall into a trap. This apple core of a body shakes like a prescription bottle, only to be empty inside. There's an art to self-destruction, and I think I have mastered it. Yeah. Oh, there's an explanation. Okay, so going to a girls' school is such a core experience. The first slide. A scanned photo of a receipt with a bit of the poem written on it. Oh, is this the, like, the aid for people that, like, can't look at the image? That's smart, bro. If I do visual stuff, I should probably do this. I've started posting my poems in the description just to help things along in case I ever post something that's like a little difficult to read or, you know, people can't zoom in. Yeah. Trying to make it accessible. Also, I really gotta learn how to do better hashtags and how many hashtags are too many hashtags. So I see people post with like 3 or 4 or 5, then other people post with like a bunch and yeah. God, I'm becoming so annoying to my friends. I keep asking so many questions like, how do I do the marketing thing and the networking thing? And should I use Twitter? And But honestly, ever since I started this stream, I've been having so much fun. And it's really motivating me to do, like, the work I don't actually want to do in the middle, which is, like, looking for an online job. It's such a drag to, like, fill in the resumes online and then make you do, like, assessments and jump through all these hoops. And it's like, upload your resume. Cool, amazing, beautiful. Now type everything in that resume into the website. Like, Why the fuck? Why even bother writing 10 different versions of my resume if none of y'all bitches were gonna read it? Okay. This poem is by Ink Fetish. Ink mentioned, yay. So yeah, wait, is this one of those that has like a bunch of different artists? Yes, it is. Okay, so I'm gonna remember. I'm manifesting that I will remember to say the word of each artist. By the middle of the week, I am tired of being a person. So on Thursdays, give me space to die a little in private. Madison Coon, intangible. Let me sit quietly in a room alone with my knees folded to one side. Madison Coon, intangible. I used up this body, longing for one who does not come. I wonder why this one doesn't have a credit. Is this one by Ink Fetish? Perhaps, somewhere, someday, at a less miserable time, we may see each other again. Vladimir Nabokov. Nabokov? Yeah. I wake up like a stray dog, belonging to no one. Cold, cold, and in the rain. I'll be honest, stuff like this when there's like a highlighter, like I'm sure it's just an aesthetic thing, but like it makes me panic a little bit. Like, should I just read this bit? Wait, no, I should read the whole thing. Otherwise the whole thing wouldn't be here. But this part's highlighted. Why is it highlighted? Oh, is that like a metaphorical thing? And then yeah, I go in circles in my brain. Also, I'm just noticing that I never posted in my Discord, which pretty much just has my mods and me, that I'm live. And like, yeah, no one's gonna see this, but like I gotta get in the habit of posting this, so I'm just gonna type it in there for that reason. Do I have my Twitch link? Yes, I do. Bro, I'm so happy I discovered the Windows V thing, where you can, okay, so everything that you've copied and pasted, like the last 10 or 15, like just several of them are loaded up there. So yeah, I feel like my copy-paste game has leveled up. I think there was a setting I had to turn on for that, so yeah, it just revolutionized the way I use my computer. Okay, there we go. Oh, I'm going the other way. I told no one. I had no one to tell. So who's the strange one? I grinned. I don't know, he said, and then shrugged. Sometimes I think if nobody spoke to me, I'd never speak again. That sounds sad. He blinked. Oh, yeah. Bro, this is so, like, 2018 emo aesthetic picture coded. Like, I could just imagine a picture of someone enough in the shadows that you can't see their face with, like, a lit cigarette and, like, a dark alleyway behind them. Like, yeah. Why is vulnerability so hollow? I feel so fragile when I think of you forgetting me. Sometimes I don't want to get better, just to show you how bad it was. Okay, this one fucking hits, bro. Honestly, like, I have gone deep into the rumination of, like, but if no one can tell, like, I've actually been hurt. Like, okay, so a lot of, like, internal struggles, you know, like anxiety and depression, like, there's no scars for that, you know, like, it's all invisible. And, like, that, at least, that fucks with my brain sometimes. It's like, did it actually even happen? And then I start, like, gaslighting myself that it didn't. Like, yeah, it's just... yeah. Oh, and there's my accent's clashing, goddamn. There's another poem by Vladimir Nabokov, however you pronounce it, here. Perhaps somewhere, someday, at a less miserable time, we may see each other again. Yeah. I like that. I like the different collections of, different people's poems. We still have so much to go through. I'm excited to get to the part where we actually start writing, though, because honestly, okay, so I do write every single day, but on a good day, I'll get like one or two poems out. But the last time we did this, I got five, homie. Five finished poems. I'm so excited. Also, I post my poems to Instagram, but if you want to read the entire collection, I just put everything that I prepared on the Discord. So, yeah. But speaking of my poems, I'm gonna do the thing I did last time where I like read a couple of mine. Problem is, I don't remember which ones I read in my last one. I think I read three. Okay, I definitely read Compose. Just absolutely. I've definitely read Sunshine. I probably just read the first three, right? Just that makes sense. It seems like something I would do. Okay. I will practice a little bit of exposure. I will read a poem. I will let you imagine what you think it's about, and then I'll be honest about what it's actually about, and I'll only say it on this stream. So the only people that will know are the people that are watching right now, and whoever watches the VOD of this stream specifically. You gotta keep the secret, okay? You can't tell anybody else. This is just between us. Okay. This one's called Mimic. Stick to my senses, liquid gold baby girl. Baritone voice, my inner world swells. Wrap me in knots, steel arms like vines. Fall in love with him, restart my mind. Flooding my veins with memory, we're off to a dishonest start. Uncover a sheltered yearning, cocoon my injured heart. Witness the end of yearning, dissolving my softest parts. I want to be one to cause this, but I'm still afraid of the spark. Make it safe, keep it pure. Love without risk is all I ask for. So you might be wondering what the fuck a lesbian is doing talking about like a baritone voice and stuff like that. So yeah, the secret is that I read a lot of BL. And I wanted to write a poem about like the feelings, like the glitter exploding inside of me feelings. And yeah, this is what came out. I'm curious about like what people think it's about. But yeah. The truth revealed. Okay, so we'll do one more of mine, and then we'll go back to the other ones, and then we'll do a few more of mine, and just hop back and forth. Okay, this one's a darker one. It's called Frosting. Shots of joy, glitter scatters in my belly. Liberated and adrift, I yearn to touch the knife. An idealized future, a dream takes shape. A temporary high, the cake is baked. Another slice, raw nerves exposed, numbness follows suffering, more files for my cabinets. Mistakes are a promise living makes, paralyzed not to repeat. Frosting from my mouth to my chest, only after eating can I cease. Triangle Toll. Hello! Welcome to the stream. This is quite obvious on Loveless Unions, but it was too jumbled to get anything more. What was quite obvious on Loveless Unions? I have no idea what that is, homie. Sorry. So yeah, that was Frostin'. So those were two of my poems. So we're gonna go back. So I gotta remember, I've read up to here. I will not forget. I will probably forget the previous poem. Oh, Mimic, you mean? This one? I mean, yeah, I was trying to write about BL, but yeah. There's definitely a lot of loveless unions in that genre. Absolutely. Yeah, I think that where I went with this was thinking about a specific story about people that, um, like, they want it to be reciprocal, but it just, they're not brave enough to do that, to take that step to like leap forward and actually meet someone where they're at. Because like in like boys love stories, there's a lot of this one person chasing the other and the other person kind of like agrees like, okay, fine, we can be in love, we can be partners. But yeah, there's not actual reciprocity. But when I do find a story with reciprocity, like goddamn, it just instantly gets slapped on my top 10 list. And Frosting goes somewhere into self-harm and suicidal ideation for me. Yeah. I mean, what I was thinking about when I wrote this was about basically, you know when you learn a lesson by fucking up, by like falling on your face, by like tripping and then going, "Oh shit, when, the sidewalk looks like that, I probably shouldn't, step with that much force." It's that type of vibe. Absolutely. But it's interesting that you mentioned self-harm because that is actually something that I've recently come to realize that it is kind of self-harmy to do this type of thing, like go out and hurt yourself with like relationships and dangerous experiences and stuff. But it's not as cut and dry as like, literally like hurting yourself. So a lot of the times people just take that as like, oh, you're just making dumb decisions or like you deserve the consequences of that. So yeah. I'm pretty proud of Frosting. Okay, so back to the other poems. Last one I read was this one, so we're gonna go here. Ooh, okay. This one is by I don't know how to pronounce this. By Alicia? Alicia? I am not sure. I'm so sorry. If I ever talk to her, I will ask her how to pronounce her name. They say that hurt people. But hurt people help people too. Hurt people hear people. Hurt people hold people. Hurt people harness hope for people. Hurt people heal people too. Now say that 10 times fast. But yeah, I love that. I love this really pervasive idea that hurt people, which a lot of people take as like an absolute thing, being flipped on its head and expanded as a concept. Because like yeah, I literally I had a very toxic 6 months where I believed that the only people that were hurting other people were the ones that were in pain. And then, like it was because of that pain. If they just weren't in pain, like it'd be fine. They wouldn't hurt anybody. And like I've learned that since then, no. There are people that are not in pain that are still hurting other people. So yeah, this is kind of the death of some of my naivete right there. That's one hell of a tongue twister, right? Exactly. Oh, okay, there is a poem in this one. So this is a poem by Emery Hall. I'm gonna have a whale of a time after the stream just collecting everybody's Instagrams to put in the video description. I have released so much into the ocean. I swear by now she knows me by name. Merging. I don't know what the merging part is about. But yeah, I grew up literally on the ocean. I don't mean by the ocean, I mean on the physical ocean. So yeah, I've definitely resonated with artwork that has to do with the sea and the ocean and like Poseidon, Neptune. Yes. Okay, so this is called A Burst of Light by Audre Lorde. December 9th, 1985, New York City. A better question is, how do I want to live the rest of my life And what am I going to do to ensure that I get to do it exactly or as close as possible to how I want that living to be? I want to live the rest of my life, however long or short, with as much sweetness as I can decently manage, loving all the people I love, and doing as much as I can of the work I still have to do. I am going to write fire until it comes out my ears, my eyes, my nose holes, everywhere, until it's every breath I breathe. I'm going to go out like a fucking meteor. Yes, homie. I love how this one starts with just like this really gentle pacing and then just like 0 to 100. Yes, this is another like shot of vodka poem. Pain doesn't exactly make you cause more pain, but pain does temper spite if you possess any. Ooh. Ooh, I like that. Yeah. What do you mean by like temper? Like tempering like, the blacksmithing process? I'm gonna Google that because like I'm not sure I understand. The full definition of temper. I don't think you do mean that. The degree of hardness and elasticity in steel or other. Yeah, this is what I'm thinking about. Neutralizing or counterbalancing force to something. Yeah. I'm like a big believer in weaponizing spite. Okay, so like this thing that I learned in therapy is that we don't really get a choice in our feelings. Like they're gonna happen whatever the fuck happens. So I don't wait around for the appropriate feeling to do a task. Because, like, there's this whole thing about, like, cook with love. Like, make sure you infuse your food with love. Sometimes I'm just fucking depressed or anxious or angry, and I cook with rage. And I've made some really delicious, ragey meals. So, yeah, it's like this whole idea of I'll do it depressed, I'll do it happy, I'll do it stressed. Just what matters is that what I want to do gets done. And I think that really opens up your repertoire of, like, things you can do while being in different emotional states. Yeah. But you're absolutely right. Pain does temper spite. Mm-hmm. Okay, so I was talking about Dostoevsky earlier. I am getting into him gently. I don't know if I'll ever buy a book of his. Probably not. It's like I want to support living poets if I'm gonna put like any money down, but yeah, I like this one. My soul bleeds, and the blood steadily, silently, disturbingly slowly swallows me whole. I love the imagery of this because I can think of like 3 or 4 animes off the top of my head that like have images like this where people are getting swallowed by blood. And also, weirdly enough, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, the musical, the scene where they're getting swallowed by the chocolate. Similar vibe. By quenching and tempering, if you shock the structure of a metal into a distorted shape, which makes it a lot tougher, and then give it just enough relief so it doesn't crack from the tension, which is poetic in a way. Actually, yeah. Bro, I haven't had tempering explained to me in this way. With your permission, I'm just gonna take this message and just copy it with your username into my little poetry note thing, because that's absolutely beautiful. Yes, I just so happen to be a metalworking engineer. What? There's metalworking engineers? What do you do? That's really cool, homie. Okay, I went to engineering school for 3 years, and similar thing to visual arts. I realized that it is not for me. I wish it was for me, but goddamn, do I not have the brain for that. I do not enjoy it. So as someone who really struggles with that, I admire people that are engineers of any capacity, especially the ones that work with like machinery and like chemicals, and I've not heard of metalworking engineering, but that sounds cool as fuck. So, yeah. So this page, Let's Be Lonely Together. I believe this person also posts a bunch of scheisse, a bunch of different artists. So yeah, I will remember to say the names. So the account is Let's Be Lonely Together. How odd. I can have all this inside me, and to you, it's just words. By David Foster Wallace in The Pale King. Mechanical engineers design machines and parts for them. Metalworking engineering solves the question of how on earth do we make the parts? Oh, that's really cool. Okay, that sounds like the closest thing in like the modern world to like blacksmithing. I mean, I know blacksmithing is still a thing that exists. I've seen like the shows of people like competing to make really cool knives and swords, and I love Lord of the Rings. I'm kind of a nerd, so like yeah, love that. But it sounds like, you know, like the industrialized version of that. And that's really cool. I'm really curious as to how you got into that. Like, how does one discover that they want to be a metalworking engineer? Like, what is the gateway canonical event? It is industrial scale blacksmithing paired with material science. Ooh. I remember struggling a lot in my structural engineering class and my thermodynamics class, but thermodynamics was fun. And every time my physics teacher would explain something new about how it worked, I'm just like, what? No way. Really? That's how it works? So interesting, but yeah, just not for me. I like to know. I don't want to do that in the workplace, like apply that every day. Like, meh. I have run headfirst into you. Wise men say only fools rush in love, and I doubt if they have known love like I did. I keep coming back to the graveyard where we buried the remains of whatever we were. By Anne, via Ardent Leanne. I mean, I feel this on me. I do think that when you fall in love, it is just naturally very quick. Like, everything happens internally very fast. I have recently, after my last breakup, resolved to go very, very, very slowly next time. I don't know if I'll be able to, but I'm gonna fucking try. Not because I want to go slowly, but because I think that it's necessary to keep myself safe. Because, like, I've learned through experience that, like, the people that go fast, that may be a red flag. Not 100%, but, like, sometimes it kind of is. I'm a person who can realistically do whatever as long as it's attached to material world. So I mostly chose the university's faculty, not the profession. Oh, got you, got you. Before that, I got out of trade school as a fully fledged topologist. Topology has to do with like the earth, right? Topologist. A scientist mathematician who studies some area of topology. Oh, so it is about like landscape. Okay, so yes. It's really cool, bro. Maps. Maps! I thank you for putting it in terms I can understand. I've learned that, like, last year that I am actually a social sciences person, which is hilarious because the things that I've tried to study are industrial engineering and environmental science. Like, I went into like the hardcore stuff. But what I really want to do is social work. So yeah, that's my plan. That's my dream. At the end of this year, I'm going to be moving to a bigger city to do that. Topology answers two questions. Where the hell are we? And where the thing we build should be. Yeah, I had a really cool conversation with a hydrologist one time. For anybody watching, like the people that, you know, work with water. And yeah, she was explaining how it's really important to work with different professionals because, like, designing where water plants and like different water sources that are used for potable water, are going to be like, you know, built and stuff and managed, you need a really good understanding of the landscape. So yeah, I can see why that's a really, really important field of study and research. Although scratch that, it is geodesy. Geodesy? What? Topology is adjacent to it and has more to do with maps. Geodesy. Geodetics. I'm learning so many new words today. The science of measuring and representing the geometry, gravity, and spatial orientation of the Earth. Ooh. Hell yeah. Also, that looks cool. Someday I'll understand heat maps and like how they work. Well, I mean that probably wasn't a heat map. That was probably more of like a topology map, like measuring different heights. I saw maps like that when I flew when I was younger. On to the next. You are different. How so? Look at everyone else. They are merely words, while you are poetry. The way I would blush if anybody said this to me, like, my God. By Timothy Joshua. Remember the names. Remember. I should put a sticky note on my monitor, like, remember the names. What we love, we mention. Then I must love you, because I mention you all the time. Marie Helene Bertino. I love how romantic this collection of slides is. Sometimes it's called land survey, but the principle is the same. Where am I and where to build? I have a question. As someone who studied topology and someone who likes works in metalworking engineering, I mean, I don't know if you like it. I hope you do. Do you enjoy video games that have like building and management and like factory type functions, or do you want to more like escape your job when you're not at your job? Because I've heard that a lot of people that do jobs like that, like they do like to do that in their off time too, like play video games that are similar. So I'm curious. This one is posted by Starlight Academia and written by Miko Harvey. The number of hours we have together is actually not so large. Please linger near the door uncomfortably instead of just leaving. Please forget your scarf in my life and come back later for it. I can literally imagine a scene playing out like this. Like, I love romance. This freedom isn't free. And then we just have a Big Brother scene right after. Like, yes. Fuck up the vibes, bro. Let's go. Person A. People with a good heart never win. Person B. I think it's because people with a good heart aren't in it to win. This one definitely hits in a personal place for me. Because, ever since my mental health has improved, I have literally lost the urge to want to win. In general, like, I don't care if I win tabletop games, board games, video games. I'm just in it to vibe. Like, if I'm not getting paid or I don't have a specific goal in mind, it's like, it doesn't matter if I get a specific result or not. I finally understand all of those quotes that I used to scoff at growing up. Like, oh, the journey is what really matters. Like, oh, they were actually legit. Oh, okay. Another one posted by Starlight Academia, but this one is by Sarah Teasdale and Fultz. Oh, and she lived from 1884 to 1933. They came to tell your faults to me. They named them over, one by one. I laughed aloud when they were done. I knew them all so well before. Oh, they were blind, too blind to see. Your faults had made me love you more. I'm not getting teary, you're getting teary. Most factory games are mostly about logistics, which is a fun intersection of industrial and geographical. And I do love myself some logistics. My job is about making things on what we have, but in games, I get to make it how it should be. Ooh, okay, I like that. That gives me a little bit more clarity into, why you'd want to do something similar in your off time. Because, yeah, it's similar, but not the same. I like that. I like that. I wonder if that actually, if playing games like that helps motivate people, Like maybe someday they'll get to do something like that in their job. There is love in holding, and there is love in letting go. Elizabeth Berg. I don't know why, but I love the name Berg. It is fun to say, bro. If I had a friend with this last name, whenever they popped into my house, I'd just be like, oh, hey, it's the Berg. What up, Berg? Just any excuse to say their name. The intimacy of taking the longer route so you can spend more time with the person you love. Oh, God. It reminds me of an interaction I had last year. I was just... Yeah. Not even walking, just standing around for a ridiculously long time. Yeah. Something I'm coming to accept about myself is that I can have incredibly strong feelings in platonic relationships. It's something that I keep pretty close to my chest generally, just because I feel like it can weird a lot of people out, especially people that aren't just aware of like the spectrum of asexuality. But yeah, it's something that I'm coming to kind of love about myself, that I can love my friends. Okay. This one's very short, and y'all know I love a short and sweet poem. Update me. Disturb me. Tell me about your day. I love all that. And this one doesn't actually have a credit. Okay. I'm always confused by like the super, super short ones. Like at what point does it become a poem? Like, okay, if I Google poetry, definition. What is the definition? Literary work in which the expression of feelings and ideas is given intensity by the use of distinctive style and rhythm. Poems collectively as a genre of literature. Okay, but like this can't be right, because like it says it's given intensity by the use of distinctive style and rhythm. But if you look up unstructured poetry, hang on, I had Googled this before and I found a definition I really liked. What are they? What did I Google exactly? I can't remember. Okay, a form that doesn't align to a particular poetic template, or more particularly doesn't use a set meter. So doesn't that just annihilate the definition I just read? Distinctive style and rhythm, but it cannot have a distinctive. Yeah. Does this count? Is the question. Games are here to get us a piece of the idealized world, which is why I'm a strong opponent of recent trends of inserting real-world trends and issues into games. Step away from someone's ideal with your inclusion held in the air. Confused about the last one, like step away from someone with your inclusion held in the air. What do you mean? You're like, what? What is inclusion held in the air? But yeah, I think that there's space for both, It's like at the end of the day, gaming is just another art form, another way to connect. And actually, I think it's a space where you can get quite an intimate connection between the creator and the player, like the devs and the players, because like you're literally playing in their world, and you can simulate so many senses, other than basically taste and smell. But you can simulate seeing, hearing, feeling, and like with binaural audio and stuff like that, you can really ramp up like the sensory experience. And with the right artwork and stuff, you can kind of simulate smells and stuff. There's ways. A play on keep your hands in the air, which you hear in all them hostage police movies. Oh, okay, I get it, I get it, I get it. But yeah, I think that there's, time for both of them. Like, there are some games that have really powerful messaging, which I really appreciate. And there's other times where I just want just smooth brain, switch off everything, escape from just the absolute dumpster fire that is modern politics, and just, yay. So yeah, I get that. Like, wanting to be away from that. And poetry's definition got diluted in the 20th century with inclusion of free verse, white verse, and other forms that are here to break the default for the sole cause of breaking it to be special. Got you. I mean, good to know. Honestly, I don't know if you've been here since like the beginning of the stream, but like I don't really have a background in poetry. I just started writing randomly in November, and I'm learning about it now. But like all the stuff that I've put on my page, like this, I don't know what iambic pentameter is. I don't understand rhythm in any way other than I know how to move to it. So yeah. I think my poetry counts as unstructured, but I'm not sure. Why does this keep pausing? Okay. This one is by Momentary Happiness. Things can happen in this life that don't make sense. You might even ask yourself how certain things could happen to someone like you. As you navigate your way through life, it becomes clear that nothing is out of the realm of possibilities. While you can't control what life throws at you, you can control how you rebuild and rise above from the moments that turn your world upside down. There is good and bad in life, and you can't let the bad hold power over the good. You are blessed in more ways than you might realize right now, and this is not the end of the road for you. There will be many more laughs and many more moments of pure joy, surrounded by the people that love you. Sometimes you need to push through the tough times to truly appreciate the good ones. Your heart may be in pieces, but this feeling will not last. Your heart will heal again in good time. But for now, it's time to be strong. It's time to accept. It's time to feel. It's time to mend. Page 151 of Everything You'll Ever Need. Oh, and this is by Momentary Happiness. Do they have like a name listed anywhere? Oh, Charlotte Freeman. Okay. But again, all the links are going to be in the VOD. So I'm a proponent of old school of poetry. Rhyme and rhythm are mandatory. Oh, damn. Well, I'm kind of breaking your rules with my poems then. So I appreciate you sticking around even though my poems are absolute fucking chaos. Speaking of, let's read Nip. Okay, so this one is basically a poem about my name. I mean, the end of my name, like Nip, which stands for nothing in particular. And this was kind of a big moment for me because it's the result of years of inner work, just summarized into one baby poem. Oh, I actually remember a verse that shows the power that rhythm can hold over the way you read the verse. Ooh, you should definitely send that to me. Because I would like to learn a little bit more about rhythm. Okay, so there's this one poet, I've mentioned her before in this stream, Two Thirds Lotus, and she does understand like so much more about classical poetry. She's been doing it for like a year and a half, I believe. And the way that she reads her poems, it's magical. And I don't understand what is happening, but I'm here for it. So yeah, I'd be curious to learn more about rhythm and rhyme schemes and that type of thing. Okay, so this is Nip. I am not my gender. I am not my sexuality. I am not my school. I am not my family. I am not my lover. I am not my ideals. I am not my job. I am not my ordeals. I am not my choices. I am not my contributions. I am not my interests. I am not my illusions. I am nothing in particular, a fluctuating thing. I am done with pondering the nature of my being. I am here today, maybe not tomorrow, but I wish to stay present and in motion. So yeah, that is my favorite poem that I've written because it's very near and dear to my heart. Yeah. I'll read more of mine in a little bit. Oh, well, thankfully I appear to be lone chatter, so I can just type lines one by one. Yeah! Yeah, I suspect that a lot of my followers are around in the evenings, because like last night the chat was popping, but I'm trying a different schedule, because I've been streaming a lot in the afternoons, but this is like noon for me, so yay. Okay, let me know when you're done. Well, when I see the end of the, what do you call that? Las comillas. When I see the end of the little lines, I will read it. So this one is by Naked Writing. Kirsten Robinson. Okay. It is okay to not be okay. It is okay to fall apart sometimes. It is okay to have moments with your cheeks pressed to the bathroom tiles, wondering how you got there. It is okay to veer off course with question marks in your eyes, not knowing where you are going next. It is okay to cry until your ribs ache. It is okay to sit with sadness and ask it what it wants. It is okay to say, I need you. I'm struggling. Hold my hand. People paint pictures of perfection because they have been told to live and look and love a certain way. It is okay to not live and look and love like them. They have days when they are not okay, just like you. It is okay to feel bruised. It does not mean you are the expired apple in aisle 9 that needs to be discarded. It is okay to feel flawed and failed and confused and broken and lost, and it is okay to feel nothing at all. These things do not define you. Your goodness and warmth and creativity and honesty and heart and every wonderful thing about you do. It is okay to not be okay. You will be okay again soon. I love this one, homie. I feel like even for people that don't consume poetry, like this one is very easy to understand. And I appreciate that, because as someone who's very new to this, yeah, I like to read stuff that's like easy. I'm slowly getting into the harder stuff, but as I said, I looked at Tolkien's page and I'm just like, I don't understand what's happening. Okay, let's see. Let me just put the chat over here. Oh, did I not full screen my browser? I did not. Okay, well, that's fine. We burn the very best of us to cast us into flame, and when the skies denied us, we still marched on just the same. Through night and day, we fight to stay alight against the ice's reign, and blindly claim that price we pay was worth what we became. Ooh, I like that. And again, I don't understand rhythm in poems. I'm probably not reading that correctly, but yeah. Who's the poem by, by the way? So I can look them up afterwards. So this next one is by S.L. Gray. There was love in me for you, but also hurt in me from you. I am now a body filled with neither, a heavy and light thing, all at once. This is another one of those that makes me go like, does this count as poetry or is this just a line? Like, I don't. But I vibe. When you choose peace, it comes with a lot of goodbyes. Yup. Some of these lessons do be stinging, homie. A person going by the stupendium. It's not even a poem, but the mastery of the craft is evident. Ooh. I wonder how you can tell. I'm really excited to learn enough about poetry to where I can, like, tell, like, what's structured, what's unstructured, and mostly I just want to learn how to read with that, like, interesting flow that people have. But I feel really liberated in the fact that, okay, I used to have this approach to art in general when I tried, painting and anything artistic, musical instruments too, that I had to be a certain level of good before I deserved sharing my art, calling myself an artist, and all this other stuff. But I kind of liberated myself when I got into poetry because I'm like, I might suck. I'm just starting this from scratch. But if I practice and practice and practice, eventually I will make good things. And if I share, maybe one or two people will resonate with me and maybe I'll get some feedback and I can only win. Like, I see no downside to sharing what in a few years I might look as being like mediocre art. Because for now, I love what I'm making and I'm really proud of myself for even being able to create anything at all. So, yeah. Honestly, I'm really happy that I found poetry. The trick in this one is if you read the last two lines in one breath, the rhythm guides you into a pattern that breaks at worth and you end up just spitting the last part out. Okay, let's see if I can figure this out. Okay, so read the last two lines in one breath. Though night and day we fight to stay alight against the ice's rain and blindly claim the price we pay was worth what we became. I did not notice a difference. I'll be honest, homie. But, like, you want to be more like, and blindly claim that price we pay was worth what we became. Like, a space there? I don't know. I did my best. Another one by S.L. Gray. Or S.I. Gray? I think it's S.L. I no longer wish for you to travel back here. I just hope that you have made it somewhere safe. Yeah. I feel like this is the I'm finally moving on from the situation part of the end of a relationship. This one is by Augustia, Trying But Tired. Something went wrong when I stopped being me. And it continues in the caption. Something went wrong. Maybe changed when I stopped picking up the guitar that I cried for. I don't play it anymore. I've forgotten the chords as well as the sound of it. I don't want to reminisce because the nostalgia will hurt. That's the thing about it. It always does. So I left it. And it's just there now, hanging on a pastel-colored wall, existing without a sound, out of tune, and hoping for someone to pick it up again. Hope is such a sad word, waiting for something to happen that is more likely, not possible, is like living in misery, but by choice, and willingly. I think something went wrong when I stopped being me, like how I am just existing, knowing that no one will come to pick me up again. And I don't hope, at least, not anymore. I heard someone say one time that the end of hope is like the only real death that you can experience while you're still alive. And I don't know, this poem kind of makes me think of that. Not in any specific context, like I don't have any conclusion, it's just something that makes me think. And that's something that I really appreciate about reading and writing poetry, mostly consuming other people's poetry, that like I'm learning to just sit with things and not try to get anywhere, not try to make anything, just sit with it, just be in the feeling. The music got so dramatic for me to say that, bro. This one is by Hazel Satija? Hazel Satya? Maturity has taught me that I don't need to confront everything. I just need to silently observe people's actions and then set boundaries accordingly. This is something I'm coming to learn recently, homie. Like, yeah, I don't always need to, like, go to a war and stuff. Like, I've actually had some people, kind of float the idea that because I have the ability to handle confrontation, like, I should do it. I should just handle the confrontation. I'm like, sometimes I will, and I do, but I don't have to. Like, just because I can doesn't mean I will, you know? I'm just generally becoming a more selective person. Okay, this one is by Jessie, and the account is Poems in LA. Maybe love is not the guy who gives you a stomachache. Maybe love is soft and slow and smells like cinnamon bread. November. Maybe it's the car ride after the movie. Obsidian sky, jazz music, hand on yours at a traffic light. Or maybe it's the kitchen, cutting board, hands close to each other, pears, cheese, wine, and maybe love is not the guy who doesn't keep his word, runs the station for trains that never come, can't trust a thing he says. Maybe love is, hey, I'll go with you to the doctor, and I made a reservation at our favorite restaurant. And I like looking at you in the lamplight, moonlight, daylight, and maybe love is in the bookstore, morning coffee, mundane trips to the grocery store, and holding you at the funeral, and washing produce on a Sunday, decorating your Decembers, stuffing the stockings and the house smells like chocolate, pine, and secrets, exchanging them in the dark, showing them the constellation between the scar and who you want to be. And sitting at the kitchen table, mental note, their eyes are hazel in the sun, and you write a poem just to say the same thing, a different angle of the same tessellation. I love you. I love you. I've never felt so safe. By Jay. Poems in LA. I love this poem because I feel like it has a lot of references to things that, like, we can't understand because, like, we're not living their life and, like, we don't have any context to their relationship and stuff. But it's, like, it's a certain level of intimacy because they're listing a lot of mundane things, but I can kind of feel the weight that they carry. And it's a different side of something I was talking about in the last stream where, like, we don't get the context of what happened. Like, in a lot of poems I read, we don't get any of this. We don't get the details. But we get the feeling. And somehow this person is able to give both the feeling and the details and still keep it a mystery. I don't know, I really appreciate that type of narrative experience. Yeah. Okay, this one is by Divyanshi. Divyanshi? Divyanshi. We'll see. The account is Dusk Fire Gleam. We leave doors open for people who will never knock again. Stubborn human heart, beating for the maybes and what ifs, hoping they will come back to stay this time. Bro, I was in like a breakup support group for a while, and like this vibe was pervasive. Hey, hello, Maylari? Well, hello, welcome. We're reading some poetry today. How are you doing, homie? Oh, this one is just a cool mushroom. I liked. Type of cordyceps, I believe, because like the ones that look like clubs are usually cordyceps. And it's all pretty. Look at that pink, bro. Oh, this is one of my mutuals. Oh, I tried to write a sonnet, and I think I failed the iambic pentameter part. Well, funny story. I'm very new to poetry. I was just talking about how I started writing in November, and I honestly don't understand the iambic pentameter or rhythm, so my stuff is completely unstructured. I do plan to learn some of it, mostly because I find the delivery of certain poets just enrapturing and fascinating. But yeah, don't worry. We can be unskilled at structure together. As a completely unrelated source says, hope is the first step on the road to disappointment. Ooh, that sounds a little nihilistic. I respect it though. But like, I'm more of a optimistic nihilist. So the way that I see, hope and disappointment is less journey with a beginning and an end, and more a pendulum or a wave. Like a never-ending oscillating wave where the top is hope and the bottom is disappointment, and like you just kind of flow between them. Because as we were talking about, like emotions aren't really something that you get a choice in. So you just gotta take them as they come. Try to hold on to the shiny ones, the glimmery ones, and just like be in that moment and just try to get through the ickier ones. I like iambic pentameter. In my English literature class we covered. Oh, I'm just bad at it. I mean, that's fair. I will probably, since it's been mentioned enough times in this stream, I will probably Google the basics of iambic pentameter after this. Just, to get in the know. It's supposed to, yes. Yay. Okay, so this one is by Elizabeth Ann, and I think that Elizabeth is like me, that she's a fairly new poet. I could be wrong, but she just started posting recently, so yeah. As I said, one of my mutuals. Oh, Elizabeth, look at the stars. Look how brightly they shine for you. I see constellations, draw patterns, make wishes, and think about dreams of mine. I think about Saturn's rings, the place where stars are born, and bright Venus, the beauty of the world, the beauty of life, the beauty of this moment, and being content with one suitcase and a tent to sleep in. Such beauty surrounds you. A shooting star passes. I wish, I wish, I wish, I dream. I forgot which one of them is iambic, and I studied all of that in another language. Ooh, what language? But I know how things are supposed to fit together on a basic level. But then again, I'm natural with music and patterns in it, so maybe I skipped the hard part of learning it. Ooh, that's cool, bro. I was told that like I'm good at picking up like melodies. Like I can usually pick out melodies by ear when I have an instrument in my hands, but rhythm has always been a little bit of a struggle when it comes to creating music. But dancing, I love dancing, bro. It's so much fun. Just something about letting myself go and just like feeling the music. Like, yes, I fuck with dancing. But yeah, I haven't been able to transfer that into poetry. Not yet, anyway. Iambic pentameter is the rhythm of a heartbeat. It's not badum. It's not badum. It's badum. So the rhythm is on the second syllable of the word or line. Okay. Badum, badum, badum. Like that? Okay, I'm gonna give Triangle Toll's poem another go with that in mind. And y'all can judge me. Okay. We burn the very best of us to cast us into flame. And when the skies denied us, we still marched on just the same. Through night and day, we fight to stay alight against the ice's reign, and blindly claim that price we pay was worth what we became. Was that any better? So emphasis on odd syllables? Oh, even syllables. You're not an idiot, homie. Everybody makes mistakes. Everybody has bad days. Yes. Was that yes to that being better? Hi, the spectacular has arrived. Hello, how are you today? It is not iambic, so you'd probably make it worse. Oh. I mean, okay. I did my best, though. Okay, so this is another one posted by Let's Be Lonely Together, but only some of these are going to be his, I imagine. This one's by Nikita Gill. Gill? Yeah. I will not have you without the darkness that hides within you. I will not let you have me without the madness that makes me. If our demons cannot dance, neither can we. Okay, this poem gave me a little bit of like an internal ethical struggle moment, because I was like, okay, but that sounds a little toxic. Okay, like it sounds like, trauma bonding. But then I'm like, okay, but at the same time, it's kind of toxic to put people on a pedestal and like not see them for the darkness that they bring. So I just started going in loops in that, and I like that. I like poems that make me think and like question and reevaluate my own internal values. So great success. I worshipped the myth I made of you, but I'm off my knees now. By Tracy Brimhall in Dear Eros. When Jose Olivares said, I once killed a plant because I gave it too much water. Lord, I worry that love is violence. And when Mahmoud Darwish said, if the olive trees knew the hands that planted them, their oil would become tears. And when Oscar Wilde said, I have given away my whole soul to someone who treats it as if it were a flower to put in his coat. Damn. This is another one that I just sit with because, like, I don't feel like I don't think I fully understand, but I kind of get a vibe. Please, I want so badly for the good things to happen. By Sylvia Plath. This one's posted by Magnificently Cursed. Cursed. I swear to you that to think too much is a disease, a real, actual disease. Fyodor Dostoevsky. Notes from Underground. I mean, I don't think it's thinking. I think it's specifically rumination. Is like, I've learned to lean into overthinking things. Like, I think things through, and then I can let them go. And I'm learning to do that properly. But when I get stuck in rumination, just, like, thinking about the same thing over and over and just, like, thinking myself into a pit, that's when I'm like, okay, it's not a time for conclusions, it's a time for questions. And that usually pulls me out of it. It starts in a more complex meter and then goes to iambic, and then it's supposed to break off at the end when a pattern disappears and restores itself only after 2 more syllables. I appreciate the fact that you understand that, but this is all Greek to me, homie. But, okay, so I just made a Discord channel for the channel in case anybody wants, the full poetry collection or just to talk. If you want to pop in there at some point and just spam me with how to improve my poetry game content, I am down. Just yay. I'm so pathetically intense. I just can't be any other way. By Sylvia Plath. I do feel that, bro. I am sensitive. My feelings are very, very strong. I'm just learning to share them with the appropriate people and channel them into the right mediums. Right for me, because like right and wrong is really a matter of values at the end of the day. This one's posted by Mournful Roses. And the mystery of poetry obsessed you. Mahmoud Darwish. Yeah, that one I don't understand, honestly. I have stitched life into me like a rare organ. By Sylvia Plath. Back to earlier topic. My native is Russian. Понимаю по-русски. I learned one thing. Добро пожаловать. Yeah. To my stream. And it flows with so much ease that some rhymes are considered shameful to use. What do you mean shameful to use? Like, shame on you and your family because that was so easy? Like, you gotta go harder, homie? Like that type of vibe or something else? I am everything and everyone I have ever been through. Okay, this right here, this is why I'm confused sometimes by the notion that art has to be unique and original. Like, I get it. Like, don't plagiarize. It's not good to plagiarize. But there's like this notion, this ridiculous notion that art exists in a vacuum. Because, like, yes, we're unique individuals, but we don't exist alone. Like, we are an amalgamation of our lived experiences. We carry parts of the people around us, the ones that raised us, the ones that were, like, there when we were being raised. Like, you know what I'm saying? And we also produce a lot based on what we consume. So, yeah, like, I think it's important to credit artists when you use their work and collaborate and stuff like that. Like, yes. But just this weird concept of originality as if we're all just suspended and apart from each other when everything is so deeply connected is strange to me. It's too easy. Literally everyone can do that with no effort. If you want to be considered a poet, make actual effort. Interesting, bro. I am the total opposite. Personally, I'm just like, I write poetry when I have strong feelings or when I want to process a poem or like a draft that I made about strong feelings, and then I just like I just string words together that taste good and feel good and seem like they fit and flow into each other, and I basically stop when I'm happy with it. I'm a very chaotic poet. On that note, Notes from Underground are mostly indecipherable without the context of when it was written. We dissected Dostoevsky at school, and his choking pessimism was always alien to me. I definitely do get some of that vibe. Like, Dostoevsky seems very emo, for sure. But it's nice. I like to have range in what I consume. Like, a lot of hopeful, motivational stuff, and then also doom and gloom. I like leaving space for the full spectrum of emotion. Which is why even if I read a poem and I'm like, that's toxic, it's like, it's not really the feeling that's toxic, because, like, they can't be toxic. Gases are toxic. It's more about the actions without the tempering of those feelings that would be destructive. But the feeling itself is innocent. Okay, so this one is by Fleur Voids and Vistexo? Okay, I'll be putting both of them in the credits. I suppose I love this life, in spite of my clenched fist. Life finds a way. So will you. You have two options, evolve or repeat. This is so true, bro. Like, we are all doomed to repeat the cycles that we don't break off or change. It's so easy to laugh. It's so easy to hate. It takes strength to be gentle and kind. Yes! Just, fuck yes. Short and sweet poems, bro. Oh, this is one by this page that pulls like a lot of different poets together. I mean, sometimes it's the same person. But yeah. Oh, dang it. Okay, there you go. Keep busy with survival. Imitate the trees. Learn to lose in order to recover. May Sarton, Journal of a Solitude. Remember that nothing stays the same for long, not even pain, psychic pain. Sit it out. Let it all pass. Let it go. And wait, the name. May Sarton. So learn about life. Cut yourself a big slice of pie. Learn how the leaves grow on the trees. Open your eyes. Sylvia Plath. I've heard this name mentioned in regards to feminism in the past. I don't have any context to this woman other than that, and other than some of her poems do be bangers. Yo. Open your nostrils. Smell snow. Let life happen. Sylvia Plath. It's also beautiful to read her like more emo poems in conjunction with these ones because I love seeing the range that people have. It really hammers home the reality that emotions are transient things. Like they can feel strong and overwhelming, but they do all pass in the end. Basically, in Notes from Underground, Dostoevsky disses a school of thought spearheaded by a prominent figure of his time, so it's less of an emo and more of defeatist mockery on the opposite opinion. Oh. Okay. That's really cool, bro. It's nice to have that context. I wonder what the school of thought was about that he was so against. So it's like a whole book just like dissing a school of thought? That's some mad dedication to tearing somebody down. Yes, I will be free and entire and absolute and mistress of my life. Virginia Woolf, Selected Diaries. I wonder what she meant by this, like mistress of my life. Is that like the feminine version of master? I have met myself and I am going to care for her fiercely. By Glennon Doyle. Yeah. Where did we end up? Right here. Okay, we'll do this one too. And this is another one by Absurda Melancolia, Absurd Melancholy, this Latin page that I like. I will translate it. Si no haces nada, ¿cómo vergas esperas cambiarlo todo? Now, how do I translate an insult, though? Alright, a bad word. Do I do it literally or do I do it by feel? Because, like, vergas literally means dick, but it's more like fuck in this context. So, if you don't do anything, how the fuck do you expect to change everything? That is the poem. And the art is just, her art style is so pretty. So you can't take the entire thing at face value, not to mention exempts from it. I don't recall that much about it, so I'm not going to butcher it further. Fair, homie? By feel. I always go by feel from Russian. Hell yeah. I agree. I agree with that approach. Okay, we're gonna do more of my poetry. I think we'll do 2 more. Although I have more to post, I guess I could keep going on mine. Now I'll just do two more. Okay, so this one's called Comet. I caught feelings, basically. You look pretty. There's the spark. Your mind beguiles. A race in my heart. Fidgeting toes. Trying to get close. Swaying arms. Sneaking a touch. Itchy lips. Stuck on her view. In this state, nothing I wouldn't do. A single drop. My cup runneth over. The future I glimpsed turns into disorder. Someone to love could never be me. You've shown me another way to be free. The fire burns out. My mind contorts. Lingering feelings. Cotton candy storms. I'm aware they'll continue to come in installments. What once was destructive finally turns harmless. So, as we've seen in Frosting, I historically have been the type to, I feel something, I go for it. And I get hurt in the process pretty often. But this is the first time that I caught feelings and didn't go for it. I just let it simmer and let it be whatever it had to be in the moment. And it turned into something quite beautiful. And I wanted to immortalize that. And something I love about writing poetry is that I have this literal contrast of like, look at how I felt here, and then look at how I felt here. And it just reminds me of what I was talking about just now, like the transient nature of feelings and the fact that they do end. And like these are like little notes for myself, like reminders of my emotional range and the impermanence of it all. God, I'm getting so poetic and philosophical on the stream. It's almost like it's a poetry stream. Like, ah. Okay, we'll do one more dark and edgy one. This one's called Hide. There's a monster in my house, clawing at someone's skin. Battle scars taste salty. Sadness comes from within. Claws turn softness to leather, yet a light still glows gentle. Whether fact or fiction known, I rely on your discretion. Color the lines I drew for you, mess up my pretty picture. From elderberry and willow bark swells another tincture. I'm no longer bandaging my pain with fear. I wield the needle in one hand, drop the backpack in the other, stretch my naked palm out towards a lover. Blood blooms on my silk spun shirt. The material grows coarse and rips. My wounds revealed, hide. I must stay safe from your lips. Darkness drips from my mouth, pools at my feet. I dive in. An ocean of sensation far removed from memory. Extra parts don't fit anymore, numbing weight on my extremities. Ignore the strain, embrace the pain. I was built to suffer, like flesh was built to bleed. Cabinets overflow, there is no key to sort them. Quest for freedom from chaos, a trial to outrun him. Yeah, this one was rough to write, but once I finished, it was like such a big emotional release. I felt so much better. So yeah, it's really interesting how my technique for getting past really big, bad, dark feelings is just leaning the fuck in, like really hard, and then eventually they dissipate. They're like storms. Funnily enough, I can't really write poetry of my own, but I have somewhat of a knack at porting Russian verses to English while still keeping them verse-like. That's really cool. I think there's value in all parts of the artistic and creative process. Because, like, okay, I've mentioned her like so much, but like Two-Thirds Lotus does poetry analysis on her streams. You should definitely give her a follow. Like, she fucking vibey. Um, and she was saying that like she considers that an art form, and that kind of opened up my eyes to the fact that yes, creating art is artistic for sure. It's creative, but so is editing. So is adapting. So is being a part of the creative process. Like, I consider lighting technicians to be just as valid artists as animators. And yet they don't really get mentioned as much. And I think that's a shame. Because, like, there's so much value in what they do, and it's not like anybody could do that, you know? Like, they put in the work. Yeah. I am gonna do a 5-minute BRB, and then I'm gonna switch to writing. Also, I never full screen this. That's my bad. But wait, can I not tab? I can tab. Hang on, I'm just gonna do it like that. Okay. So this is my, these are gonna be poems eventually. Document. These are finished poems. So yeah, we will be right back. I look at the bit from Ignore the Strain to Built to Bleed, and I think there is something a bit more formally poetic that wants to be born here. Yeah? Well, yeah. I will become poetically formed soon. I'm in the process. But yeah, I got an interlude. I'll be right back. Hi! It's been so long. Fancy seeing you here. Okay, so at this point in the stream, the vibes shift. I'm just gonna... I just play whatever music I'm feeling, honestly. If you have any requests, feel free to plop them all like in the chat. I've been adding songs to my Heartbreak Core playlist. For context, I have 89 Spotify playlists, so yeah. Yeah. Okay, so the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add in my drafts. I think I moved some of these. Yes, I've turned these into like images. Buddy Serrate, Paralyze, and Secret Garden. Okay, so these have all been processed. These are the ones from last stream. I have one kind of finished poem to edit that I will copy in from my Discord. It's kind of a mess. This is, yeah. Okay, I kept scribbling like between the lines and in the margins and stuff. This took so long to make. Okay. So there's that. Do I have anything else in here? Yes, I want to finish Rudder. Actually, that one goes before this one. I don't even know. Like, yeah, what do I call this poem? Secret Garden. And then I have this. And then I have the hashtags. I also have some stuff that I'm not sharing, like poetry I write just for myself. And I think it's important to create stuff for yourself that doesn't get shared. I've already done Wisteria and the Tiger. Okay. Now I'm gonna go into my notes app on my phone, and this one I'll have to transcribe. I don't like the word softly here. I would need to find something else. Over a lake. Can you hear my keyboard, by the way? Because, like, people were saying I type very aggressively in the Discord last night. And then I just have random words in here. This one, this is just a loose thought at the moment. Why would I bother changing anyone into semi-wireless? And then this, I don't know if I want to say it, but it's implied. Western, Eastern, need to get to know another. Someone out there is already... Everything I want. Does already go somewhere else? Someone out there. Already is kind of gratuitous in there. These are all different poems, by the way. It's not like one run-on thing. Well, poems, ideas, concepts, seeds that will hopefully grow into beautiful dandelions. I can hear it, yeah. Oh, okay, cool. Well, bask in the glory that is my 127 words per minute typing speed. Ah. Those made me bust. Da da da. Something visual here. Theoretical. I don't know. We'll figure that out. Pretty promises of dramatic devotion. Something dramatic. Words. Make those are as cheap as your values. Do I already have the air is cold out here and la la la? Yeah, that one's still there. Okay, so I can delete all of this. Stick hard, no suicide is not the plan. Ooh, I got hugs on Finch. I've been ignoring Finch, honestly. The holidays. Okay. So let's start with the editing. Da, 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 da. Put on some Aurora. This is my favorite musical artist. Funnily enough, you don't know what iambic meter is, but ignore the strain, embrace the pain is textbook iambic meter. Really? Well, damn. I guess I just got poetic instincts. It's amazing, bro. Maybe this is what I was meant to do. Who knows? Oh, it's been ages since I've heard Plastic Heart. Oh, you like it? Oh, I'm sorry for cutting it off in the middle. I do that a lot. Well, I mean, not a lot, but when I'm switching gears. Okay, so rudder. One foot in front of the other. weighed down by the choices of lovers. Do I have to put the here? Can I just put weighed down by choices? Weighed down by choices of lovers. Do I want to say choices though? Weighed down by... I want to be like something that left a mark. I do like the word choices because like it does imply that it was like their decision. But what about their choices is relevant to me? I'll leave choices for now. We'll see how it goes. Consequences are mine to behold. I finished rebuilding my rudder. Mentally ill with a heart of gold, forgetting the feeling of rubber. Trimming my sails, I dodged the boom. I wonder if anybody that doesn't sail will get what the fuck I mean by boom. I literally mean the boom, but I mean not literally, metaphorically. But My heart once again flutters. Rough waters, the shadow of something new. Fresh confidence with a stutter. Letting you in may spell certain doom. Am I ever prepared to suffer? Doesn't feel like it's finished baking, but I'm pretty happy with it. Rip. Sorry, homie. I mean, if you wanna... I could play it again. Just say the word, homie. Definitely got to queue up some Steven Rodriguez. Yeah. Water Daddy himself. He does, he plays Poseidon in Epic the Musical, the concept album. Why are these different fonts? No. This, not okay. Thank you. Is that the same one as this one? I don't think it is. No, it is, okay. So we'll leave that one there for now. We'll let it cook. Nerdarine, hello. Welcome to the stream. How are you doing today? We're writing some poetry right now. We just finished the reading poetry aloud section of the stream. Okay, so this one is going to be a mess. It's so long. I don't know where to put the breaks. I'm good. Very lazy morning. Ooh, hell yes. Sunday vibes. That is the best. That's lovely. Thank you. I'm still committing blasphemy and trying to somehow fit your lines into the confines of the proper structure. Well, we can totally work on that together. Like, if you want to open like a document, like, yeah. Okay, so let's just start this absolute mess of trauma dumping. Lonely little daddy's girl, vessel vehicle portal. I've primped and prodded myself into a veritable morsel. Bestie thinks I should put a break here, but I kind of like making it a run-on thing sometimes. It's just vibes, you know. Yet no fish can I catch. I wade out into darker waters, no longer able to see the depths. And like here, I would ordinarily put in a break, but I feel like this narratively flows into my heart races at the speed with which I'm snatched. Like, I want that to feel urgent. Was it ever my choice to cast the die? I'm gonna put that here. Was it ever my choice to cast the die? Rubbery skin when I long to see scales like mine glistening in departing sunlight. Teeth so sharp I hardly notice them sink in. Blades serrate the edge of your fin. I can put another break here. No light can refract in this tenebrous trench. I'm falling off the edge. Let me go. Swimming turns to thrashing, rows of teeth gnashing. Neptune coils around my body, drowning the last embers of what made me worthy. My own boundless odyssey. Another break here. I try to grow accustomed to the sand of our bed, yet the urge to fight is found instead. Sharp claws of alien rage I've employed. I crawl inside my own trench, crowded in by a shark's wooden toys. An innocent child to avenge a fate you no longer avoid. Your weeds have taken root in me, so I start to burn. Resistance to a cynical belief my sweetness lies in an urn. I feel like I could put a break here. I just caught on this one bit and I know it can be done, so I have to get it done. Oh, so you're that kind of spice brain. Okay, that's good to know. I mean, same, once I start a task, I have to finish, sometimes to the detriment of my sleep schedule. My beauty turns black. It's you who lit the match. I realize my hands are covered in ash. The ocean has left me cold. I take refuge and do as I'm told. Minutes bleed into days. Was it really me who held the blade? It must be true, or else one would have stayed. I'm set aflame when I see your face, deathly tired of being brave. I feel like there's something missing here. My beauty turns black. It's you who lit the match. I realize my hands are covered. No, actually, no, that does go together. Covered in ash. Because it's the realization from that to the next part. The ocean has left me cold. I take refuge and do as I'm told. Minutes bleed into days. Okay, so I know that this poem is total chaos, and Triangle Toll, you being a advocate for structure and rhythm, like, this is probably like your worst nightmare. But you get the vibes, right? Like, vibes. I basically use breaks, length of verses, and all this other stuff as just vehicles for, like, this is what it felt like. That's why my poetry is so unstructured. Okay, let's read it again. Lonely little daddy's girl. Vessel, vehicle, portal. I've primped and prodded myself into a veritable morsel, yet no fish can I catch. I wade out into darker waters, no longer able to see the depths. My heart races at the speed with which I'm snatched. I kind of want this to go after this, but I like the context that this gives. How do I fix that? What if I just switch them around? Okay, I'm gonna try something. I'm just gonna copy paste this to look at it side by side. Oh, shit. Let me just hold that up a little. Lonely little stars, yet no fish can I catch. No longer able to see the depths, I wade out into darker waters. My heart races, the speed with which I'm snatched. Do I like that more? Yet no fish can I catch. I wade out into darker waters, no longer able to see the depths. No, yet no fish can I catch. No longer able to see the depths, I wade out into darker waters. My heart races, the speed with which... I like that a lot more. Yeah. As a control freak, the anxiety it gives me to delete anything, but we doing it. We growing. We doing the thing. Okay, so was it ever my choice to cast the die? Rubbery skin, when I long to see scales like mine glistening in departing sunlight. Teeth so sharp I hardly notice them sink in, bled serrate the edge of your fin. No light can refract in this tenebrous... Is refract the right word here? Is that what I want to say? Yeah, it's the Pink Floyd thingy, right? Yeah, refraction. Measuring the focusing characteristics are the eyes. Oh, I didn't know there was another meaning. Oh, that kind of adds like a layer of depth that was completely accidental. If anybody asks, I meant to do that. No light can refract in this tenebrous trench. That would be like alluding to the light refracting off of the scales, because like there's no sunlight. That's what I'm like originally getting at, but then also that I wouldn't be able to measure how far I can see because of the darkness, which adds another layer because like there definitely was this feeling of like losing sight of a lot of things in this experience. I love it when things work out that way. It's fucking amazing. Amazing. I'm vibing with the song right now. Okay. No light can refract in this tenebrous trench. I'm falling off the edge, let me go. That's supposed to feel like an interruption. So I take it you only post your stuff on Instagram? No, I post my stuff on Instagram, on TikTok. I'm doing that slowly though, because it keeps like suppressing my videos. And I just posted everything I've ever written that I'm comfortable sharing on the Discord. Let me pop that into the chat. Also, are the automatic messages happening or no? Because like they're supposed to be automatic messages being sent from time to time. I don't know if I configured that correctly or not. I gotta get my mod to look at that because I'm new to Nightbot, homie. Scratch that. Found Pinterest already. Oh, yes. And the Pinterest. Pinterest is a little slow. I have to update it. But yeah, if you want all of them, Discord. And then you can send me the links. Okay. Was it ever my choice to cast the die? Rubbery skin when I long. That's that. Okay, I'm happy with that. I'm falling off the edge. Let me go. Swimming turns to thrashing. Can I say swimming turns thrashing, or is that just too grammatically incorrect? Actually, no, I do like the way that flows. Swimming turns to thrashing. 3 T's. Swimming turns to thrashing. Rows of teeth gnashing. Neptune coils round my body. Neptune coils round my body, drowning the last embers of what made me worthy. My own boundless odyssey. Yeah. Define automatic. I haven't seen any since appearing here. Well, damn. Okay. I probably have to configure that. Let me just pop into... Wait, it's right here. Nightbot. Hello. Hello, bots. So it's these, timers. They're supposed to be on. Show advanced settings. Yeah, like it's right here. Otherwise, I'll just copy paste them for now. I'll do this one. Do that. Spidey was so cute typing that last night. And we'll do that one. Okay. And I'll figure out the timer thing some other time. Back to the poetry. My own boundless odyssey. Okay. Drowning the last embers of all that made me. Of all that made me. I feel like that makes it a bit too long, though. Neptune okay, rows of teeth gnashing. Neptune coils round my body, drowning the last embers of all that made me worthy. My own boundless odyssey. Drowning the last embers of all that made me favorites. Comes from my body, trading us all that made me, drowning the last embers, all that made me worthy, my own boundless odyssey. Okay, yes, that's more what I'm trying to say. Oh God, excuse me, sir, your voice. It's got a shiver. I tried to grow accustomed to the sand of our bed. Is seabed getting across here, or am I being too cryptic? Because, like, I'm going sand of our bed because, like, when you go to the beach and then you go to bed after that and you feel any amount of sand, it's just the worst feeling, just from a sensory perspective, just ew. But also the seabed, bottom of the ocean, the place where light penetrates the least. I'm trying to go for that. I don't know if that's getting across. So I try to grow accustomed to the sand of our bed, yet the urge to fight is found instead. Sharp claws of alien rage I've employed. I crawl inside my own trench, crowded in by a shark's wooden toys, an innocent child to avenge a fate you no longer avoid. Your weeds have taken root in me, so I start to burn. Resistance to a cynical belief my sweetness lies in an urn. My beauty turns black, it's you who lit the match. I realize my hands are covered in ash. The ocean has left me cold. I take refuge and do as I'm told. Minutes bleed into days. Was it really me who held the blade? It must be true, or else one would have stayed. I'm set aflame when I see your face, deathly tired of being brave. Yeah, I'm happy with how this last part came out. Like, the first part was a struggle bus to start, but once it was flowing, like... Yeah. Also, I feel like my sweetness lies in an urn is a banger of a line, if I do say so myself. Proud of that one. Your Discord appears to be borked. I have no right to see the rules. Oh no! Oh dang it. Okay, hang on. Thank you. Thank you for troubleshooting this. No right to see the rules. Edit channel permissions. Okay, you should be able to view the channel and add reactions. I just changed the reactions one, but not send messages. Use external emoji, use external stickers. Oh, hang on. I found it. I found the thing. Thank you. It's read message history. Okay, amazing. Thank you. I will change the information category permissions. Can you tell I made this last night? Read message history. And then I'll just sync up. Okay, so these are synced. Alright. There we go. Can you see the rules now? What's up? Hello, unknown boy 2010s. We are writing poetry together. As Dark Souls Insane Community puts it, I got hit by you don't have the right, or you don't have the right. What? I'm sorry, I've never played Dark Souls. I have a friend that's trying to convince me to play Elden Ring, but I've seen videos on TikTok of streamers that play Elden Ring, and people are mean. They're so mean. So I need at least, like, one supportive person to be like, I will watch every single Elden Ring stream, so I can, like, have one person in my corner, and then I'll think about it. I mean, I'll probably do it, but yeah, I still gotta find that person. Okay, I think this one's done. But here comes the question. What the fuck do I call this? Oh, actually, I know exactly what to call it. Seabed. Yeah. That's one word, right? Yeah. Okay. Now let's take a look at rudder. Much shorter and yet stumping me more than the long one. One foot in front of the other, weighed down. I don't like this verse. Yay. I'm in. Welcome in. So if you go to art and poetry, feel free to share whatever you want. But that's my whole collection. Like that's every poem I've written that I've turned into an image. They will eventually be on Pinterest and TikTok and Instagram and blah blah blah. But yeah. Feel free to download them, share them. Like they have my tag on there, so just go crazy. Can I ask? You certainly can. For sure. Ask away, homie. What's going on? Oh, okay. So basically, Triangle Toll was just helping me diagnose a problem with my Discord server, which has now been fixed. But what's going on is I am writing poetry. So the first section of this stream is me sharing other people's poetry that I like. Hopefully one day I hope that'll be people's submissions, but for now it's just stuff I find on Instagram. And then I read a couple of my poems, and now I'm writing. So like if I go up here, this is just like random stuff that will eventually turn into poems. Absolutely, homie! There you go, there's the link. You are very welcome to join. So yeah, we're just listening to music, chatting, and creating. Triangle Toll is currently trying to turn a banger of a poem of mine into an iambic pentameter thing. Because he's skilled at the editing. Okay. So what do I want to do with this one? One foot in front of the other. I'm happy with this. Wait. Ooh, hang on. Sluggish with the weight of another. Okay. I like that more. Because, like, I say lovers, but, like, I just... Yeah. Oh, what did I do? There we go. Sluggish with the weight of another. I do like consequences are mine to behold. I've finished rebuilding my rudder. Mentally ill, a heart of gold. You're getting the feeling of rubber. Trimming white sails, I dodge the boom. My heart once again flutters. Wharf, waters, belay. Start of something new. Belay? Is that the right word? Belay? Definition. Definition. To myself, I know I did it to myself. Fix a running rope around a cleat, rock, pin, or other object to secure it. Yes. In act of belaying. Require belay stuck on. Belay that! Yeah, because I got that from Pirates of the Caribbean. Spike or rock or other object. Belay it. Okay. Rough waters. Do I put a comma or a break here? Skins, flutters. Something about rough waters. Okay, mentally ill with a heart of gold, forgetting the feeling of rubber. Trimming white sails, I dodge the boom. Oh, hello! Mango King TV. Welcome, welcome to the stream. We are currently writing poetry. How you doing? How you feeling today? Gone just like the wind now. Da, 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 da. Came in by the writing and reading category. Hell yeah, I'm very happy to know how I was found. Let's go. I just woke up. Well, good morning or good afternoon. Hi, I hope you slept well. How you feeling today, homie? Trimming white sails. Trimmed white sails? Actually, yeah, I prefer trimmed. Trimmed white sails. I dodged the boom. My heart once again flutters. Steering steered into rougher waters. Steered into rougher waters. Delay the start of something new. But I want this one to be closer to boom. There we go. Do you usually do poetry or creative writing? I mean, as of November, yes. Never done it before. I got fuck all for experience, if I'm being completely honest. I just started doing it. I'm learning today what an iambic pentameter is via my lovely chatters, honestly. I've always been interested, but I've never really gone for it because I used to be way too rigid to actually create. But yeah, I'm just experimenting, honestly. And this is my second poetry stream. I usually do gaming, but I want to do like half and half. Well, I'll probably make like a third of my streams poetry, a third solo gaming, and a third like collaborative gaming, but yeah. I see you got TV in your username. Do you also like stream or make videos? Same here. I watch The Big Village. That's writing and reading. The Big Village. I will definitely, hang on. I'm gonna just write that in the text chat for my Discord. Oh, hi, welcome. Note to self, look up The Big Village. And Mingle King TV. I want to see what you do. Yeah, so you started creative writing last August. Ooh, so we're starting at roughly the same time because I started in November. That's cool. What got you into it? Like what spawned the urge to create? I stream my writing and Valorant. Hell yeah. I will definitely be tuning in. I need to learn how to play Valorant. I got 2 friends that have been kind of on my ass about playing with them, and I'm just like, I'm so anxious. I don't know how to play. I'm an Overwatch player myself, but I want to diversify. My heart once again flutters. Okay, so mentally ill with a heart of gold, forgetting the feeling of rubber. Trimmed white sails, I dodged the boom, steered into rougher waters. Belay the start of something new, my heart once again flutters. Yes, that is better. I'm into it. I think I found the way to stitch the verse together, although I had to slap a line for myself at the end of it. Hell yeah, bro! I'm a big believer in collaborative writing, collaborative creation in general. So, I'm taking a minute to think about it right now, and I think I am comfortable with people adapting my work. It doesn't detract from it. If anything, I think it can only add. And, yeah, like, what I made will still be what I made in the way that I made it, you know? Inky, I formed my ideas for creative writing from my own life experiences, training wrestling and jujitsu. Ooh, that's interesting. I wanted to write a fictional story because there were no martial arts stories out there. I mean, I can see that. I've only ever heard of martial arts stories in the sense of, like, Bruce Lee movies and stuff like that. I don't think I've ever read a book that had like a strong martial arts thing. I don't know much about martial arts beyond like some kung fu philosophy, just my mental health journey. It's come up and it's been very helpful. So I would definitely be very, very curious to see that. So, yeah. Weighed down by choices. Okay, this is that. Okay, so I've processed this. Rough waters. The shadow of something new. Belay the start of something new. I did want to say something about a shadow. Shadow of what? Oh! Thank you for the follow, unknown boy. Really appreciate it, homie. If you ever do a stream where viewers share their work, yeah. I mean, I'm happy to do that now. I started last week. I don't really have a consistent viewership yet, but like if anybody wants to share stuff, ooh, that gives me a really good idea. Let me make a new channel in the socializing part. Just put a little book as the emoji. Submissions or stream. There we go. And I will edit this channel and say if you are, oh, if you want me to share any of your written work on the poetry stream, please share it here. And I will actually put that in as a pinned message as well. Doogie. Wonderful. Maybe an unfamiliar shadow. Ooh. Ooh, I actually like familiar. Is it in the Discord? I would like to post. It is now. It was created 5 seconds ago. Okay, now the question is, where should I put my borked rendition of the verse? In the art and poetry section, of course. Yeah. Go ahead and post it. Shadow. Unless you want me to share it on stream. Or just put it in both channels. Ooh, shadow of a familiar Discord. Discord. Why did I put con? Shadow of a familiar Discord. Like, as in Discord, not the app. You understand what I'm saying. Shadow of familiar Discord. Fresh confidence with a stutter. Sinister words in search of reward. Am I prepared to suffer? I don't know if this fits. Mentally ill with a heart of gold, forgetting the feeling of rubber. I've automatically done what I'm told. I have some dreams they covered. It still needs work, but it's getting there. Methinks what happens on stream stays on stream. That's fair, homie. The 5-year white belt. Hell yeah. Excited to read that. I didn't even, like, it never occurred to me to read things that weren't poetry, but, like, that sounds good, yeah. Plus, I feel like I'm pretty lit, pretty chill when it comes to reading. Actually, I haven't read this one out loud. So let us cue up something poetic. Sorry, I am gonna skip this song. Okay. So you get a little taste of how I read when I'm doing like the reading part of my poetry stream. Seabed. Lonely little daddy's girl, vessel, vehicle, portal. I've primped and prodded myself into a veritable morsel, yet no fish can I catch. No longer able to see the depths, I wade out into darker waters. My heart races, the speed with which I'm snatched. Was it ever my choice to cast the die, rubbery skin, when I long to see scales like mine, glistening in departing sunlight, teeth so sharp I hardly notice them sink in, blades serrate the edge of your fin. No light can refract in this tenebrous trench, I'm falling off the edge, let me go. Swimming turns to thrashing, rows of teeth gnashing. Neptune coils round my body, drowning the last embers, all that made me worthy, my own boundless odyssey. I try to grow accustomed to the sand of our bed, yet the urge to fight is found instead. Sharp claws of alien rage I've employed, I crawl inside my own trench, crowded in by a shark's wooden toys. An innocent child, God damn it, excuse me, an innocent child to avenge a fate you no longer avoid. Your weeds have taken root in me, so I start to burn. Resistance to a cynical belief my sweetness lies in an urn. My beauty turns black, it's you who lit the match. I realize my hands are covered in ash. The ocean has left me cold. I take refuge and do as I'm told. Minutes bleed into days. Was it really me who held the blade? It must be true, or else one would have stayed. I'm set aflame when I see your face, deathly tired of being brave. There we go. So that's how I read. I don't know if I'll read longer form content in the British accent or my American accent. I was raised by a British dad, but I used to live in America, so I've become kind of like an accent chameleon. Oh, you like that? Hell yeah. I've posted the trigger warnings if you want to pre-read it before doing it on stream. Up to you. Oh, thank you for the follow. Hell yeah. Oh, and you said you're also a creator, so let me try out this fresh new command. I don't know if this is gonna work. If it doesn't, I'm so sorry. Hey, it fucking worked. Let's go, homie. Okay. I'm happy with this poem. I think I'm gonna leave it like that. I don't know how the fuck I'm gonna fit it into like an Instagrammable sized post. I might have to make the text very small. I'll figure that out later. It's a problem for tomorrow or this evening. I don't know. Okay, so let's go back to this one. One foot in front of the other, sluggish with the weight of another. Another. I feel like that's eh. Can I rhyme other with another? It's basically the same word with just an and before it. Is there a naval word that sounds like other? I mean, it doesn't have to rhyme. Not all my poems rhyme, at least not every verse. Okay, let me separate this out. Sluggish with the weight of another. Consequences are mine to behold. Finished rebuilding my rudder. Morals I bought have been sold. I don't need this one. I'd spawn the poem, but like I'll put it in my Inception list. Sluggish with the weight of another, consequences are mine to behold. Finish rebuilding my rudder, morals I bought have been sold. No, but then this is kind of mixed up. Can I organize this another way? Let me try this. Finished rebuilding my rudder. See if that flows together. Thank you for this shout out. You're very welcome. Here we call it boot, half boot rhyme. Once again, that is Greek to me. So I'm just gonna put boot, half boot rhyme, this, and iambic pentameter. In the text chat, notes itself. Look up boot, half boot rhyme. And iambic pent. Am I writing that correctly? Who knows? Google will correct me. Will you read triangle submission? Oh, sorry, I forgot. Yes. Yes, I will. What was the name of this poem? I literally wrote it and I have no idea. Oh, hide. So I'll just put hide, iambic pentameter. Can I put in, like, your Twitch? You want, like, this one, triangle tool, or your Discord one? Okay. Let's see. Ignore the strain, embrace the pain. My heart is built to beat when maimed, like flesh is built to bleed in vain and carry on the stain. Ooh! Homie! Homie, this fucks. It's not pentameter. Okay. Never mind. What is it then? Ignore the strain, embrace the pain. My heart is built to beat when maimed, like flesh is built to bleed in vain and carry on the stain. Bro, you wrote that based on my poem. I'm so happy. Seriously, like yesterday my bestie wrote a poem for me and today you like adapted one of my poems. I love this. Okay. It's not pentameter, just straight heat. Yes. Oh, I'm so happy. I'm definitely gonna be posting that one. I'm putting this in here because, yeah, this will go on the Discord. I'll put your username below mine, like the Inky Catnip, when I make the image. My first poetic collaboration. It's not a consistent meter. The structure is 2-2-4-4-3, all iambic. So there's a difference between iambic and iambic penta. Again, I haven't Googled it yet. Like, I don't know what it is. I just know it's a thing that's used a lot in reference to poetry. Yes. God, I'm so happy with that. Consequences are mine to behold, so which is the weight of another morals I bought have been sold, finished rebuilding my rudder. Yeah. I'm happy with that. Mentally ill with a heart of gold, forgetting the feeling of rubber. I've automatically done what I'm told, all my hopes and dreams lay covered. My ancient dreams lay covered. Trimmed white sails, I dodged the boom, steered into rougher waters, letting you in may spell certain doom. My heart once again flutters. Delay the start of something new, shadows of familiar discord. Sinister words in search of reward. Am I prepared to suffer? I don't need this one. This one, fresh confidence. Go back. Okay, let's give this one a read. Consequences are mine to behold, sluggish with the weight of another. Morals I bought have been sold, finished rebuilding my rudder. Mentally ill with a heart of gold, forgetting the feeling of rubber. I've automatically done what I'm told, my ancient dreams lay covered. Trimmed white sails, I dodged the boom, steered into rougher waters, letting you in may spell certain doom. My heart once again flutters. Belay the start of something new, shadows of familiar discord, sinister words in search of reward. Am I prepared to suffer? I like how this one fucks up the rhyme, because like I'm keeping a pretty consistent rhyme up here, and then just like, fuck that. But it is the same rhyme as this, so it kinda... Yeah, I like that feeling. Oh, okay. I have an old poem, dug it up from my high school Google Docs. Hell yeah, you wanna share it? You wanna share it? If you put it in the stream submission, I'll read it. I'll read it right now. Iambic pentameter is when the lines go either 5 syllables or 5 pairs of syllables. I forgot. So the structure of pentameter is 5, 5, 5, 5, and so on. Hang on, I need to look this up because now I want to know. Iambic pentameter example. Can you please load? Thank you. Shall I compare the... Oh, again, short, long, short. I imagine like I gotta hang on more. Okay, we'll see. Shall I compare thee to a summer's day? No, okay, wait. Someone earlier said it was like a baboom. Shall I compare thee to a summer's day? Yes? Ish? I feel like I'm butchering this. If you're interested, I can try to grind through the entire hide and try to make it behave. I love that. I love the idea of us collaborating on poems. I spawn them and you whip them into shape. For sure. I love what you did with that verse. So have at it. I feel like you got the vibe of like the emotions I was trying to convey. And we can always go back and forth on the editing. So absolutely. It's correct. You're just dragging the pauses. Does that mean the pauses are too long? Okay. Shall I compare thee to a summer's day? Thou art more lovely and more temperate. Rough winds do wait, what is the U? Shall I... So the U... This is long? Shall I compare thee to a summer's day? Thou art more lovely and more temperate. Rough winds do shake the darling buds of May, and summer's lease hath all too short a date. Is that better? Well, I'll do my best then. Oh yeah, homie. I think Rudder is good. This is so good. Seabed, also good. So let us take a look at the random bullshit and see if we can make a poem based on any of this. And let me first take a look at my Discord to see if anything new is happening. Ooh, yes, we have a poem from Mango King TV. Let me just copy this. Nothing new in here. Okay, amazing, amazing. I'll put this at the end here. Page break. What is love? Baby, don't hurt me. And it was Mango King TV. Okay, amazing. Let me get something instrumental. There we go. What is love? To love or not to love, that is the question. Whether it best in the heart to suffer, to have it crushed in the hands of the cruel, or to take one's overwhelming feelings and let it die, unrequited, unknown, keeping alive the hopeless fantasy, the sea of tears and nights spent in despair, that oft the heartbroken ones are prone to be safe. For love remained fantasy, and these wishful dreams to die comatose. Yet to live without love, there's the problem. When we live without love, we die as well. For what can a human be without heart? To not love is like a bird to not fly. Living without fantasies and dreams, yes, life that can only be unfulfilled. We cheat ourselves of life by fear's whispers. It is death, for life devoid of love's light. Thus to bear arms and take up one's heart, to love and live for morning or morning, a dream of love, yes, I must live to see. Holy fuck, what a banger. It's beautiful, homie. Like, yes. I mean, all the yes, I agree. Like, yes, it is hopeless to live without love, but goddamn does that bitch sting. Oh my god. This part, we cheat ourselves of life by fear's whispers. It is death for life, devoid of love's light. Oh my god. I want that on a shirt. I want that on a goddamn shirt. And this, thus to bear arms and take up one... It does feel like going to war. Straight up. Oh my god. See, I recently shifted my label, because like I used to call myself a hopeless romantic. Now I call myself a hopeful romantic, because I want to fall in love. But I'm gonna be careful about it. Yeah, you usually can read a well-built poem without really pausing between syllables at all. And yeah, pentameter is 5 pairs of syllables per line. 5 pairs of syllables. Okay, I must be useful in cruel reality for a bit. See ya in half an hour. So, okay, sounds good, homie. Thank you for popping in. I was very angsty when I wrote this. I can feel it. I can feel the angst, bro. It is definitely giving, like, who hurt you? But goddamn, did you make something beautiful out of it? It's not whether Inky is good enough for people out there, but whether people are good enough for Inky. Exactly, homie. Okay, so my whole philosophy... Okay, I'll show you one of the most saccharine things that I have written. This right here... This is my philosophy nowadays when it comes to love. This is where I am at. Post-breakup, I think I can actually check on my phone exactly how fresh that is for me. I have timers. It's been 2 months and 15 days since my breakup, so yay. But this is my new philosophy moving forward. So, building a mixtape for you. Baby, I haven't met you yet, but I know that I adore you, and your arms will feel like finally coming home. I see glimpses of you in all the hearts I fall in love with, and I know for sure your vibe will match my tune. I'm keeping it safe for you, this treasure in my chest. Please come and take it when we're ready to begin. So yeah, basically the philosophy is I want to be a good partner. I think I already am to a degree, but I could be even better. So I'm working on myself just perpetually, mostly for me, but also because I want to be a good partner. But I don't have to wait to be in a relationship to get ready for it, basically, if that makes sense. So like I'm dating for the future. I don't know. Yeah. 2 months is fresh. It is. Yeah, it really is. But I'm doing a lot better, and a lot has changed for me in the sense of I'm creating again. Like, I'm streaming and I'm writing poetry, and I feel like it's a net positive, and I'm having more good days now than bad days, so yay. Seriously, this is such a good poem. You should post it. You should post this. I can share it. Okay, so back to the random bullshit. Maybe not being able to hear my voice in my head is an invitation to speak gentle thoughts out loud. I've made the mistake of yelling them into a crowd. Faces of strangers marred with darkness, begging for silence. Marred? Is that misspelt? No. Marred. I mean marred. Like, impair the quality. Yeah, marred with darkness. Fuck off, Google. It's poetry. You don't understand. Faces of strangers marred with darkness, begging for silence. Made the mistake of yelling them into a crowd. Faces of strangers marred with darkness, begging for silence. No. Muzzling me with what? Muzzling me with... I want to say something about like a heavy silence, but like not a heavy silence. I don't specialize in poetry. I started out with it though. I was part of the poetry club in middle school before starting a creative writing club. Ooh. Okay. That's really cool. So you started the creative writing club in August? Or was this before you did like creative writing on your stream? What is a heavy silence? I'm trying to think. When's a moment in my life where I felt a heavy silence? Muzzling me. Ooh! A lack of guidance. Know you're my therapist, more than my rent. Don't wanna feel anything for anyone ever again. Maybe it's so dramatic. You love for me. Ruin love. The next one's gonna be kind of angsty, just be aware. This was way back. Oh, got you. So like August was you like getting back into creative, right? Got you. I mean, I guess poetry is kind of the same for me. I've never really tried to sit down and write poetry, but I've been writing angsty little verses here and there throughout my life where I've just said shit in like very poetic ways. But everybody always went like, what? And so I stopped doing that. Inky, you should continue to share your light. Never dim yourself. Aw, homie. Bro, that's really nice to hear. Thank you. Like, I do try to hype myself up. Like, I'm doing this for me. Like, expression is a brave thing and la la la. But it really does hit different when someone else says the nice thing. So thank you. Faces of strangers marred with darkness, muzzling me with a lack of guidance. Still, I stumble. Cutting my hands. With tools, I fumble. These are strangers. Strangers marred with darkness, muzzling me with a lack of guidance. Still, I stumble. Cutting my hands with tools, I fumble. My voice meant for singing turns to a mumble. I don't know what this is, but it exists now, so there it is. This one, I don't know. This one's a mess. I feel like these individually could be something, but together, I don't know why I put them together. I like this. Oh, these are kind of related. Okay. Softness lends itself to a flexible hardness. Oh, actually, I'm gonna take something you said. Wait, did you say resilience or did I say that in response to? Okay, either way. It's going in here. The resilience of light born in darkness. Lemon juice strips in a fiery ring. Softness lends itself to a flexible hardness. I can finally hear my voice when I sing. It's a bit of a long verse, but we'll figure it out. Tinted with golden powder. I need to research kintsugi for this to lift off. Eh? To hear my voice. It's in my head. I only hear my voice when I sing. I look forward to building the writing community here. Yeah! Absolutely, homie. I'm very excited. Will you be reading my writing project on stream or during your own time? Well, you said there was a trigger warning, so I'll probably at least skim it, but I will, like, read it properly on stream. For sure. Yeah. Oh, I should ask you. Do you want okay, so like say I want to read it next stream and you're not in the chat. Are you cool with me reading it or do you want me to wait until a stream where you're in the chat to read it? It's muzzling me with a lack of guidance. Still, I stumble, cutting my hands with tools I fumble. A voice meant for singing turns to a mumble. Why with this many X's? Who needs a why with this many X's? Who needs a why with this? I can always catch the bot. Okay, amazing. I will read it anyway. Gosh, ugly as a lullaby. Oh, how many words is that? Just so I can calculate the time-ish. Now's the time when you tell me it's 150k slow burn. Maybe not being able to hear a voice in my head is an invitation to speak gentle thoughts out loud. I've made the mistake of yelling them into a crowd. Faces of strangers marred with darkness, muzzling me with a lack of guidance. Still I stumble, cutting my hands with tools I fumble. A voice meant for singing turns to a mumble. The resilience of light born in darkness. Lemon juice drips in a fiery ring. Softness lends itself to a flexible hardness. I can finally hear a voice when I sing. Ooh. This is making me think of, goddamn me with names. Triangle. Can I just call them Triangle? Triangle talking about, like, tempering of spite. Yes. Tempered. Tempering spite with pain and kept humble. That's not. Pain-tempered spite. Okay, something about being kept humble for sure. Maybe not the tempering spite. Pain, temper, spite. In temper spite. Let me go ahead and grab the thing that I saved. Poems. Put that there. There we go. By quenching and tempering it. Ooh. Learning. Looking into a mirror? Floor length mirror. Keeps me humble. Floor length mirror keeps me humble. To keep me humble? Floor length mirror to keep me humble. Roughly 20 pages. I don't expect you to get through all of it. It's about 30-40 minute read. Got you, got you. Also, for the last line in stanza 2, maybe a voice meant for singing starts to crumble. Starts to crumble. Ooh, a voice meant for singing starts to crumble. I do like the mumble part because the vibes, but I do like the starts to crumble. Ooh. Ooh, okay, hang on. I want to go somewhere different with the humility. Artificial humility. Artificial humility starts to crumble. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I want to do something with the floor length mirror, but it's not going to go here. Floor length mirror. Something there. Maybe the character's pride can crumble. Actually, yeah. Pride can crumble. I'm definitely saving that one too. Artificial humility works too. Yeah. Because I'm going for like that thing where like, okay, so you know when like you've been told to shut the fuck up enough times that like you start to identify that feeling of like lowering your head and just taking it with humility, but that's not like real humility. Just a goddamn trauma response. So that's what I'm trying to get at. Like artificial humility. Maybe not being able to hear a voice in my head is an invitation to speak gentle thoughts out loud. I've made the mistake of yelling them into a crowd. Faces of strangers marred with darkness, muzzling me with a lack of guidance. Still I stumble, cutting my hands with tools I fumble. A voice meant for singing turns to a mumble. Artificial humility starts to crumble. The resilience of light born in darkness. Lemon juice drips in a fiery ring. Softness lends itself to a flexible hardness. I can finally hear a voice when I sing. Fuck yeah. I like it. It's chaotic. That's how I like to write. We got poem number 3/4, because Hyde was from Triangle Toll. Oh, right, this is where this started. So 3 there. What am I gonna call this? I know exactly what I'm gonna call it. Apple crumble. It's a reference to my grandmama. Super productive today and last day too. I don't know. There's just something about reading a bunch of awesome poetry from other people. And plus the combo has been popping today. And then yeah, just going straight from that to writing poetry, that just inspires the fuck out of me. I get so much more done on these streams. I still write at least a little bit every day, like at least a couple lines. I'm trying to build that habit of just writing, just whatever. Even if it's bad, just keep it flowing. And I try to just remind myself consistently that the only thing that will stop me from succeeding is the fear of fucking up. As long as I'm fucking up, I'm progressing in some direction. I'm really happy we got done with Seabed, because, like, that bitch is long. I'll be posting these in the Discord once I'm finished aestheticizing them, and I'll aestheticize Triangle Toll's version of Hide. Oh! Virtual Digigirl, hello! Oh my god, thank you for the raid! Hang on, I have a command for this. I get to test it. I get to see if it works. Yes? Oh, wait, no, I'm sorry. Do I have to put the username? Virtual Digigirl? Yes? Is that? There we go, there we go. Sorry, I'm still learning the way around. Hello, welcome! How are y'all doing today? How was this stream? This is the first raid on my channel. I'm excited. What were y'all doing? So can I follow you from here, or do I have to wait until after the stream? Really? Yes, really. I also have not done a raid of my own. I tried last night and I couldn't find anybody to raid, and when I finally did, it like spat out an error and I'm just like, oh no. So yeah, I'm still learning my way around Twitch. Hell yeah, I love the emotes back. But yeah, we're writing poetry in here. We're having a bit of an angsty moment. Writing, fixing an ASMR script on AO3. Oh, you're a writer for AO3? That is exciting. I have been a consistent consumer of fanfiction for many, many, many years. And I'm a fervent believer in that, like, fantastic writers are born on there. Because, like, it's kind of like the way that I write poetry. Like, you can just write whatever you want, and it's just a lot of self-gratification and self-expression, like, unbridled by the constraints of structure. So, yeah. I love that. Let's go! I don't know what to try to alchemize next. I love this thing that Triangle was talking about. So, Triangle is a... Oh, thank you for the follow. Triangle is a metalworking engineer, and he was explaining tempering to me. Like, by quenching and tempering metal, you shock the structure of metal into a distorted shape, which makes it a lot tougher, and then gives it just enough relief so it doesn't crack from the tension. Which, you know, is poetic in a way. And yes, I want to turn this into a poem at some point. But I need to learn a little bit more about metalworking before then. So, one foot in front of the other. This one came to me when I was walking. Was it last night? Yeah, last night. Measure the force. Oh, actually, this goes right here. One foot in front of the other, gliding like fog over a lake. When every step brings pain, you learn to measure the force each takes. Hey, welcome back, Triangle. I was just talking about you. Learn to measure the force each takes. I put your info about quenching and tempering in here to remind myself to research this and then, you know, make a metalworking based poem. You learn to measure the force each takes. Grinding like fog over a lake. When every step brings pain, you learn to measure the force each takes. Learn Metallurgy in Verse by Inky Cap Nip, coming soon to a bookshop near you. I don't know. Where do you get poems, poetry readings? I've heard of poetry readings. I don't know where or how they happen, but I know they exist. So, oh my god, the feels. This goddamn song. Just rip out my heart, why don't you? Just take it. I don't need it anymore. I am not okay about Arcane. If anybody here has not seen Arcane, what are you doing with your life? Please go do that. Go watch Arcane. I will never recover from JVIC. Just, there's no way. From every measure the force each take. Okay, so something is gonna go here. A force I could never hope to tame. Disguised as an escape? Stop doing that. Don't correct my capital letters, please. In tiny poetry clubs all over the world. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Da, 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 da. One foot in front of the other, gliding like fog over a lake, and every step brings pain. Brings pain along. Along. Hang on. There's something there. Gliding like fog over a lake when every step brings pain along. Because, like, it's not just pain there. It's like, it's just something that's a +1. You learn to measure the force each or each one? Because I prefer the way that each takes flows. I feel like each one is more grammatically correct. But who cares? This is chaos poetry. You learn to measure the force each takes. And now it's time to apply whip to hide and see what gives first. Hell yeah, bro. Whip my poem into shape. The other gliding like fog over a lake when every step brings pain. How long you learn to measure the force each takes. Oh, shit. Hang on. I need something different for this one. What do I have in here? Oh no, if I play an epic song, I'm just gonna start singing. And then I'll have to listen to the whole concept album. I love Sophia Azella. I gotta figure out a way to get my Spotify, like, what's playing right now to play on my stream. Like, to display. Although, I guess... I mean, should I do that? Because you can't hear any of this in the VOD. Because of my stream settings. At our fingertips made life slow. Because copyright, you know. It's the world we live in. An endless tsunami of crashing waves. Yes. An endless tsunami. Crashing waves. A force I could never hope to tame. Relief disguised as an escape. You offer me... What do you offer me? There's a pause. It's not relief. It's something else. Something inflammatory. What is something that, like, inflames a situation or, like, makes something worse? Gasoline, but that's in relation. We're not talking about fires. Because that could be fuel as well. Force I could never hope to tame. I have no idea. I'm kind of stumped on this one. Temporary relief. Temporary relief that doesn't last and make things worse in the long run. I'm just gonna write that down. Temporary relief. That doesn't last and makes things worse in the end. How the fuck do I put that into like 2 verses? Ooh. Unsure about this one now. One foot in front of the other, gliding like fog over a lake. When every step brings pain along, you learn to measure the force each. Just learn. Learn to measure the force each one. Okay, now that's better. Okay. When every step brings pain along, you learn to measure the force each one takes. An endless tsunami of crashing waves of force I could never hope to tame. Your da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. I can feel myself going insane. I was like, perfect. Nurse it. God, this one verse. I'm trying to put so much emotion into one goddamn verse. Okay, I'll just let go of that. We can do the temporary relief thing in a different poem. I am trying to say something here, though. Force I could never hope to tame. Taste little bottom feeder. Cheerleader, 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 cheerleader. Oh! Yomi Indoko! Thank you so much for the follow, homie! Welcome to the stream. Endless tsunami of crashing waves, a force I could never hope to tame. Oh, okay, I'm thinking of something completely different now. Elastic stitches, snap back into place, stretch with the strain. Snap back into place, stretch with the strain. Molded into something. Okay, this one is gonna need more work. That's okay, we're not gonna finish every single one. Promises of dramatic devotion. Worlds like those are as cheap as your values. Their values. Strangers knock on the door. Knock at the door. Knock at the door. Those pages, unexpected applications. So happy writing and reading is a category, and very happy you're streaming in it. Oh, thank you so much! That's such a nice first message. Oh my god. I'm going to lurk here for a while since I have other tasks to do today, but very happy to have found a stream I find comfy. Oh, hell yeah! Well, best of luck with your tasks. I hope that... Let me just change the vibe a little bit. I hope that it goes by fast if you're not enjoying it, and that the moment stretches on if you are enjoying it. And yeah, I'll be keeping you company, at least for a little bit longer. Yeah. There's so many human beings to connect to. Oh no, never mind. I was down here. The road to love is paved with unexpected obligations. Time we spend together. Time we spend together leaves true nature exposed. Time we spent together leaves true nature exposed. People try to twist themselves into attractive goals. The challenge lies in focusing you first and others second. Start to feel, to stick like glue. Feel like glue. Old comforts turn tacky. You've made me a lackey. Oh, is that how you spell it? Okay. A dispenser for your control. Comforts turn tacky. You've made me a lackey. A dispenser for your control. Okay. Pretty happy with that. Seabed. Hide. Let's read Apple Crumble. I haven't done a reading of that one yet. Do I have any instrumentals over here? Harp version. Ooh, I love Queendom. Okay. Wait, does this have lyrics? It does have lyrics. Okay, this is not gonna work. Ah, this one has, like, less lyrics. Apple Crumble. Maybe not being able to hear a voice in my head is an invitation to speak gentle thoughts out loud. I've made the mistake of yelling them into a crowd. Faces of strangers marred with darkness, muzzling me with a lack of guidance. Still, I stumble. Cutting my hands with tools, I fumble. A voice meant for singing turns to a mumble. Artificial humility starts to crumble, the resilience of light born in darkness. Lemon juice drips in a fiery ring, softness lends itself to a flexible hardness. I can finally hear a voice when I sing. Yeah, I'm happy with that one. Okay. Well, I think that I am now... Let's see if this works. Ah, it still wipes the chat. I don't know how to keep the chat there when I switch over, but like, yeah. I'm happy with our progress today on the poetry. I'm still here for a little bit longer. What I want to do now is I want to follow these wonderful people like Mango King TV, who is also a streamer, and Virtual Digigirl. Yes. Thank you so much for the raid again. That was amazing. You're the best, Dinky. Thank you. You're really gassing me up today, homie. Oh, okay, so I'll leave a couple things in here. So, Discord, in case anybody would like to join. I'm gonna be streaming again on Wednesday. Probably before then, honestly, but my scheduled streams are Wednesdays and Sundays. I'm gonna do poetry streams every single Sunday. But yeah, feel free to talk to me before then, share your art. If there's anything you're comfortable sharing on stream, I actually have a chat in there where you can submit stuff, and I'll read it out loud. Gonna be reading Mango King's story next stream. Yeah, I'm excited. Of course, hell yeah, hell yeah. So I'll give you a follow. Also, before we end, does anybody have any recommendations of who to raid? Because I'm about to try that again for the second time. It did not work last time, and hopefully it goes better this time. So yeah. Let's see, have I muted the site? I have not. Let me just mute that real quick. Oh, Yomi, you're also a streamer. Hello! Let me just go ahead and... Oh, wait, I already follow you. Hell yeah. Wait, have we met? Have I seen you on Twitter? I think I saw you on Twitter. I did! Oh, and you're also a VTuber and a moth? Bro, your avatar is so cute. Look at you! Oh my god, it's adorable! Yes. Okay, so let me just go ahead and click on the raid option. There's a teddy bear streaming right now. It looks interesting. I think this is another VTuber drawing. I don't know anyone around writing and reading who's up. Yeah. Oh, there's someone here that's writing. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and meet Ranshiro. They seem to be a PNG tuber that's animating, and yeah, let's go say hi. So thank you very much for supporting this stream. Make sure to join the Discord if you'd like to stay connected. And yeah, I got Twitter, I got Instagram, I got all my socials linked on my Twitch. So thank you so much for hanging out. Have a beautiful rest of your day, and I will see you soon next week. So let's see, start raid. Never mind. It said error again. Why am I not allowed to raid people? Have I not been streaming for long enough? Like, what is the problem? Or do people have their raids blocked? Okay, let's try a reading stream. Also, no. Okay, let me just Google this real quick. We are unable to raid at this time. Homie, what is happening? Have you tried the chat command? Yeah, I did that last night. I'm not sure how it works exactly. So just like /raid and then just the name of the chat? Oh, like at, don't you? No, just the name of the channel. Most likely you don't have the right... Okay, their raid settings do not allow me to raid. Okay. That makes sense. Oh, there's a 24-hour readathon? 16 hours in? My god. The dedication. But also no. It's sending an error. See, this is why I made the post on Twitter yesterday about, like, if anybody could drop VTuber names for me to raid. But I got no responses yet, so I've just been looking for people to follow myself. I've met like 3 or 4 people in the past day that I really vibe with, and a few have been on this stream. Yeah. Reading with a living. Okay, we'll try one more. Okay. I will figure out this rating stuff another time. Thank you so much, and I hope y'all have a great day. Kisses. Bye-bye.